Fix the camera.
It's that same old startup screen glow, blowing dust off a gray game logo. Saturday stacked in a plastic case, sleepover scores we can't erase. Kirk's got stats like a cheat sheet code, and he's got jokes from the late night shows. Top 4 takes from a childhood stash, argue till the credits crash. Welcome to my nostalgia therapy. Top 4 reasons I still feel 16. Pixel hearts and worn out DVDs. Play it back, let it all come clean. Laughing like we never had to leave. Hit subscribe to the Kid and Me. Every week's another memory. Yeah, this is my nostalgia therapy.
This is the Rushmore Show, where it's all about your top 4 and nothing more. Andy, we are back. What is up, man? What is going on with the glasses? You are in a new place.
Well, we are. I'm in an undisclosed location, on brand for the show tonight, talking about spy thrillers.
Yeah, man. So,
I don't even know they're on Andy actually because of these glasses. Right.
I love it. So. We got camp coming up. You're going full on.
I'm going tomorrow.
Back Jacks. Well, we got some new people in the chat. Way of the Shinobi, welcome in. I sent you a wrench because you're new here, and look, let me send this to you. So, welcome to the show because I know N Squared sent you over on by. So we like to call you guys the Summit Squad. Everybody that hangs out in our chat. And so we just want to say welcome to the Summit Squad. Tell you what it's all about. So being a part of the Summit Squad just means you're going to kind of climb a mountain with us today. Today's mountain is spy movies. We're talking about spy movies, espionage movies. It doesn't matter if they're thrillers or if they're fun, if they're whatever. But our guests kind of pick it. And if you ever want to be on the show, just let us know, and you get to pick what we're talking about that week. So while you're in the chat, type in your top 4. You could do it along with us. You can go 4, 3, 2, 1, or before you leave, you can put your whole list in there. Make sure you hit the like button before you head out. It's the best thing that helps the live after the live goes off air. So with that being said, let's kind of jump into this, right, Andy?
Let's do this thing, man. I'm excited.
Top 4 spy movies of all time. Let's get it.
Let's get it.
Andy, I'm going to let you do this really quick because I have to go get something off my.
Go ahead and do that. Well, guys, Summit Squad.
Introduce them.
Absolutely. So we are excited tonight, as you heard already, talking about spy movies. We're bringing in 2 guests tonight, as we normally do. Let's welcome in for the, I don't know, I'm going to lose track of times. More than one time. He's been here before. So let's bring in our buddy, Zach Schnack. Iowa retro gamer dad. What is going on? How's it going, fella? What's that? Oh, look, the mystery there.
They don't even work anymore. What is it? Oh, wait, it's not video games. We're not doing video games. We're doing spies. Okay.
You've been on for something other than video games, right? Or I know your video games kind of your realm.
Yeah, training montages. That's training montages. That's what we were on for. That was.
Hey, these spy movies have some good training montages in some of them too. So maybe there's a little crossover. Who knows? But man, excited for you to be on. How many shows is this now for you?
We tried to talk about it earlier. I can't even remember now. I'm obviously a regular. I think it was at least 5.
5, yeah.
Somewhere around that. Either that or this is the 5th or something like that. But I've been on here, a lot.
You are a wily old veteran on the show, man. Excited to have you back. And Opposite of that, but very exciting all at the same time, we've bringing on a first-time guest tonight. Welcome in our buddy Rocky, not Ricky, by the way. That was a little inside joke. But Rocky, welcome to the show, man. What's going on?
Hey, thank you guys for having me. Super excited to go off the rails and be unconventional in this Mount Rushmore.
Well, my bad, guys. My bad.
I am super ready to rock the boat.
All right. Look, hey, if you're rocking the boat, you need to meet this guy right here, me. I'm rocking boats. I don't like keeping boats still. I don't even know if I want to get on the boat. But still gonna be a lot of fun tonight, man. I'm excited for you to be here. So hey, before we get into it tonight, let's welcome in Kurt. That's where he's here now.
Hey man, I'm sorry I had to jump out. My wife called and was like, "Hey, I really need you to go do this really quickly." And I'm like, "This couldn't happen at a worse time." Hey, there's 23 of you guys in here.
Wow.
I'm back. Say hello and hit the like button. But hey, where are we at? Did they tell them about their places of?
We just said hello, and
tell them their origin story. All right, well, let's do this. So,
yeah.
Zach's going first today, by the way. So, Rocky, since Zach's going first, Rocky, why don't you share with the Summit Squad everything about the gun show and everything about your little corner of the internet?
Right. So I am a live streamer. I am an affiliate streamer over on Twitch. It's twitch.tv/N2podcast. That's mainly where I operate. I do have a YouTube channel as well where I make long form videos talking about whatever I feel like with video games, whether it's the state of the industry or here are some of my favorite PS2 games. I am always striving to break the mold of what a gamer is. A lot of people think that gamers are just people who are glued to their TV, but I am a family man. I am married. I have 2 kids. One's 2 years old. One's 12. I work on myself as well, you know. So I definitely like to break the stereotypes of what people deem as a gamer and as an adult as well. So, yeah.
Well, we love that because we love breaking the mold as well. I've got a few extra gray hairs. I got GoldenEye behind me that I was rocking today, which I'm terrible at, by the way.
It is. You aged well.
I couldn't have picked a worse video game first-person shooters. That was a fun show because I'm terrible at them. But with that being said, thanks for being here. Speaking of Twitch, we are like one step away from being affiliate. We just need that viewership, the 3 viewers at a moment or whatever. But so if you're over here hanging out, you can always jump over there at Twitch and help us out with that side. But we are we're kind of affiliated in all the other places except for Twitch. Twitch is such a hard place, especially if you're not live streaming video games often. So it is what it is.
Yeah, but I also forgot to say that the main thing is my show on Monday nights. It's the N2 podcast.
There you go.
Co-host and I, we talk about video games, pro wrestling, comic books, movies. Right now, we're knee deep in our series of summer cinema. So like every month is themed. So May was Mortal Kombat May. We talked about all the Mortal Kombat movies. June was Jurassic June. And July is going to be a surprise for our viewers. Normally, we do Jean-Claude July.
Yeah.
I love that so much.
Kumite. Listen,
this next month we're going to be doing some new stuff.
I love some Jean-Claude Van Damme. I like some Rob Van Damme too. But
promise me. Maybe I don't know if you could say this or not because you're saying it's kind of a surprise.
Yeah.
Or maybe you've already talked. You probably have already talked about it. Potentially the greatest Jean-Claude movie of all time, the live-action Street Fighter. Come on.
We did talk about that one.
Yeah.
That
it's good. I love it.
So we did our
Tyson, that son of a.
We did our top 4 video game movies. Matter of fact, Zach, were you on that show? You might have been.
One?
Top 4 video. No, you were on top 4 video games that became movies.
I believe, or that we think would make good movies.
Yeah, something like that.
And then top 4. I think villains.
Anyways, Andy picked Street Fighter on his Rushmore of video game movies.
Oh yeah,
that's what you're in for tonight, Rocky and Zach. So
it's great.
Hey,
I love
Zach, you're up,
he's like,
man.
quick, change the channel. The truck's driving, you know.
Yeah,
it's the best.
I love it.
Zach, so tell everybody about Iowa Retro Gamer Dad. It's gone through so many iterations since you've been over here hanging out with us. I know you're doing like baseball camps and all this other stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Tell them what you've been up to since the last time you've been on the show, which wasn't that long ago, actually.
No, a couple months. I'm trying to think. It's been a little while, but not long enough. Yeah, I'm obviously from Nebraska. No, just kidding. No, obviously, just a dad, husband from Iowa. Been gamer, ever since I could pick up a controller. I got 3 boys. I got a soon to be 21-year-old, a 19-year-old, and an 8-year-old. So it's pretty spread out. All very just athletic family and stuff like that. And over the years, I've really stepped into coaching. I used to have issues with social anxiety. Showed up to a practice one day, and there really wasn't a coach there. So I was just kind of like, well, I'll help. And then I kind of loved it, got roped into it, and just kept doing it. Now that's progressed to every sport. I've actually started up a thing where I'm doing camps for kids now for free, and I'm having other community parts kind of run with me to kind of help me so I can keep it free for kids. We always do like a snack, a drink, and then I've actually been getting more and more stuff, and we're going to spread out from different things. So I've been doing that. And then on the side, I also do a thing where I started up a little nonprofit where I build like bags and stuff for foster kids that are going into the foster program that are transitioning. Most times they get pulled from the home that they're getting pulled from with only a trash bag of maybe some of their belongings. So this is something I kind of started. That way they get the bag that they can put stuff in. They get a stuffed animal, a blanket, toothbrush, coloring books, and just kind of help that transition and, just to kind of have some stuff of their own, because obviously they're moving into a house that nothing is theirs. So this way they have something to kind of help with that. And yes, I run a YouTube channel that's over the years has gone from a big focus on pickup videos, collecting everything retro gaming focused on, but it's progressed from there where I have talked about mental health and everything, specifically like collecting addiction, and how some of us feel like we need to get that rush of buying stuff or filling a shelf full of stuff, and how, we can do that healthy ways of doing it, but also just kind of ways to bring awareness that stuff like that happens, and that mental health, especially in my opinion, just from my personal stances, men's mental health is very important and not talked about enough. And then just trying to make a comfortable area for people that can talk about that and see that they're not alone. And then, we just kind of dive a little bit into pricing, video game pricing itself, talk about like the best places to buy stuff and what you kind of need. And other than that, man, just I've been chilling. I kind of been taking breaks from YouTube, just doing a video here and there, but just kind of focusing on my personal life. And God is good.
I pay attention, man. You're an inspiration. I've been watching. I love I coach baseball as well.
Yep.
And we were talking about it in the green room, and I see your camps. I was like, man, that's so awesome. Yep. And man, proud to have you guys as friends. Thanks for being on. Tonight we're talking spy movies. You guys picked spy movies. Originally it was going to be Bond movies. And I'm like, man, I've watched a few Bond movies. I don't know if I could fill a whole show on it. But I was like, why don't we just kind of make it a little broader and go spy movies? Because I've seen a ton of those. I'm sure Andy's seen a ton of those. And so tonight you're going to go first, Zach. We call him Rosie. You know how to do this thing. We talk about our criteria, why we're going to pick these movies, and then you're going to give your first one right out the bat. Your Rosie spy movie of all time. Now, listen, we didn't like really go out and be like, it has to be a thriller, it has to be a drama, it has to be a comedy. We just said spy movies, espionage movies, and so let's see where we go with this. It's going to be a fun night. I have a list that's kind of all over the board, and I can't wait to chat with you guys. But I do want to say, if you're still here before you left, we love you, man. Thanks for being here, and I can't wait to hang out with you at Siege. So let's get going, man. You are up. You're up. You're first on the list today. Spy movie number 4 of all time. What would you put in that spot there, Zach?
All right. So my criteria was, let's face it. I could have probably just sat here and listed 4 Bond movies. I drifted away from that because it's just like, And then I could have also just done a certain amount of movies too, that franchises that are based around this. I could have just did all 4 of those too, but I didn't want to do that. So if I was going to stick to something like that, I tried to pick maybe one from each kind of area. Otherwise, my choices were kind of just not necessarily all the way spy movies, but just heavily influenced by like spy movie tropes and stuff like that. So kind of going to that, disguises, sneaking around, and some kind of things like that. So my Rosie, I wanted to be a little bit out there, so I kind of wanted to go with a spy movie, but also like a comedy movie, because let's face it, a lot of times spy movies are serious and everything like this. So this was a fun one for me to pick up. I always love this movie, and even at work, we always joke about it when we accidentally run into each other, and we're all kind of moving around, and we're all like, doctor, 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 doctor.
Yeah.
But for my Rosie, I had to pick Spies Like Us, the Chevy Chase and Dan Aykroyd movie that was based on 2 guys that were low totem pole, and then they had to head over to it's just I don't know. I just love that movie so much. I just loved the
Great cast.
It was like, yeah, the cast, like a lot of the Saturday Night Live people, and then those guys were just did not look like they were meant to be there. And then, like with all of those typical movies, they were the right place, the right time, and just luck was on their sides. And in the end, they saved the day. So, yep, my Rosie, I had to go with Spies Like Us.
Dude, such a great movie. A huge Chevy Chase fan. National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, and all those are real high on my list. Love Dan Aykroyd. And I love the 80s, dude. So yes. I love this pick. This is a great start for the show. I just knew that we wouldn't lean into comedy that much, except for Andy. I'm sure he's going to comedy us out because that's just his thing.
Hey, man. How do you know?
Hey, well, I've seen you. I've been on the show 225 times with you. I kind of know a little bit.
Yeah.
So
you'll find a way to slip Pokemon Snap in here.
Goldfinger is the best Bond movie by a mile. We'll probably chat about that a little bit tonight. But I love this pick. Rocky, do you know Spies Like Us? Do you like it?
I am not a Chevy Chase fan. I tolerate him in National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, and that's about it.
Yeah.
Nuts.
Yeah.
I'm not a huge fan of him nowadays in his older age in the sitcom, but
and then I heard a lot of times too, been hearing the rumor mill that he's very hard to work with. He was kind of an a-hole to some people, and it was just really, and then that kind of clouded my judgment of him a little bit. Yes, he was amazing at his art, I thought, but yeah, when you hear something about someone's kind of not the best person, then it kind of see him through a different eye, but.
Yeah, you got to separate the art from the artist.
Yes.
Yeah, I know. Unfortunately, you got to do that a lot with a lot of these guys. But this movie is great for the reasons you said. I mean, listen,
Dan Aykroyd's amazing in it.
Classic SNL guys together, like it's just going to be gold. And the amount that of the movies, I think I've watched this one a few times, but just in general with the Chevy Chases, the Dan Aykroyds, the Bill Murrays, all these other guys that are in these movies. The amount of I love the movies that have a lot of improv that happens in it. And so you're like, they had a general idea of like, here's the premise of the movie and here's what we're going to achieve. How we get there, we're going to trust you guys to kind of do your thing. So I do love those ones.
Especially when you bring the SNL guys, right? That's their
exactly.
Yep.
No, great pick. Great way to start the season. I love it.
All right. Well, Rocky, you're up, and you are going to give us we call him Rosie, for Roosevelt, and we arbitrarily ranked the presidents 225 episodes ago, and it's just stuck. So this is Rosie. Where first, though, tell us kind of what you were thinking when you built your list over the last few weeks or so, and then jump in and tell us your fourth pick.
So my criteria for this whole list in general was what fits, like, what is outside of the box? What do people not necessarily consider or have thought of this movie or medium to be espionage or a spy show?
I love where you're going.
So
have you met my friend Andy? This is
Yeah, hey, I love it.
So on top of that, I also thought, what's palatable to me, right? So I love 90s nostalgia. I love the early 2000s stuff.
Oh my gosh.
So I
You've
started
been
to
my
dig
whole
into
life.
I started to dig into my well a little bit, and I didn't have to go very far because, again, some of my picks, they might not have to make sense to you, but they make sense to me, and I'll tell you why. But I thought with number 4, we'd go in with something palatable for everybody to kind of just break the ice, but also be a little deceiving. Number 4, I have The Kingsman.
That's a
Okay.
great.
Yeah.
Okay.
The very first one with Joel Edgerton as the lead, bruv. You know, that film to me is just, it hits all the notes that a modern day like James Bond Jr. would be, you know, but also with the
Yes.
rated R as well. Like, you got to put that out there. Samuel L. Jackson as a hilarious germaphobe, blood, like he's not even a germaphobe. It's like he hates the sight of blood. I don't know what that phobia is, but it freaks him out. And the lisp he does is just hilarious. He's a offshoot weird villain, but something that you would also see in a Bond movie, because every Bond villain has those weird traits, right? You know, whether it's Mads Mikkelsen in another Bond film with the bleeding eye as his tell, or,
Yes.
or Goldfinger or whatnot. I thought it was very, very good and a really neat way. I love weapons and gear montages, you know?
Yeah.
I think that might have just been like instilled in me with all the Batman movies growing up, you know. But this movie has great gadgetry, really cool spy tech, and manners maketh man is such a good quote.
I don't know how to explain this movie more than it was a thrill ride.
yeah.
I love, there are certain movies in the world, you know, like that are just filled with like men stuff, like Expendables, right?
Right.
I know what I'm going in to see. I'm not going in to see an Oscar film.
Right.
This movie just took that to another level. I enjoyed it every moment. I was shocked about a couple things. I was like, whoa, I didn't realize we were going to go there. The gadgetry was cool. This felt very video game-ish, like almost like, you know, you're going through like levels and he's collecting different things and whatnot. I had this on my honorable mentions today, but it's not it. So if you've ever been on the show, the last few months, I've been trying to get my top 8. This I had right outside my top 8, but it was in there for a little bit until I landed some other movies this morning. And I was like, oh man, where am I going to go? I want to keep all these in. But so I had this about 9 or 10 on my list. I love this. I've only seen the first one, though. I have not seen the rest. I would love to see the rest. The
sequel, The Golden Circle, is probably even better than the first.
Yeah, Channing Tatum's hilarious in it. I love him in that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
That's a good
Pedro
one.
Pascal
Yep.
is very good as well.
Wow, Mr. Cleese. Nice to see you again, my friend. Mr. Cleese,
What's going on, Mr. Cleese?
Hey.
Mr. Cleese has been on the show before, and we love to have you again, man. Let's plan it. So, yeah, Nick in Iowa. Heck of a show right here. Well, we're talking spy movies, so hopefully you like those, Mr. Cleese. Yeah, good pick. Andy, have you seen this? I feel like this is not in your realm.
I have not, but as I'm looking it up, it has one of my favorite actors in it, Michael Caine. So I do like a Michael Caine movie.
Sir Michael Caine.
Sir
Michael Caine.
Yeah, I do like Michael Caine.
I want to see this one. Yeah, and when I say my picks, and the more you know who I am, it's gonna make sense why I haven't seen this movie, and just because I have to see it one time. Once I see it one time, I'm going to see it 100. Right. That's how I watch it.
So what he's trying to say is, if he loves a movie, it becomes a small Rolodex of things that he watches all the time.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. There's a very select.
You've got to pass the one-time watch. before you get multiples.
There are movies that are one-time watches, but if it's a one-time watch, I hate the movie.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's either 1 or 100. There's not anything in between.
All or nothing.
Yeah, it's just what it is. So
I love this pick. I really thought about picking it today, just because it does feel like a newer kind of a bond for this generation. So I really do like it. So good pick. Andy, I think you're up next.
The British always make good spy movies too. The Brits, they always seem to be really good for spy movies. I don't know what it is.
not so good for food, but they can do a spy movie.
Agent Smith says you guys should check out Les Samurai. It's a movie inspired by Taxi Driver, but it's more of a hitman movie than a spy one. Get Smart is a hilarious spy movie. It is a hilarious spy movie. I remember as a kid watching the original Get Smart. My dad like having it on. But yeah, good stuff, man. All right, Andy, I think you're up.
Yeah. All right. It's me. I only have 2 words for my criteria tonight. Are you ready for this, Kirk? On brand. I put no thought into this in the sense of I just knew what I knew right away. When you said spy movies, my 3 of my 4 came up, and surprisingly, my TJ Jazzy Jeff that I'm going to mention later didn't come to my mind until I was on my way here tonight. I'm in a different location. I'm not in the Rushmore room. We are leaving out to go to camp tomorrow. I was on my way here. I was talking with my daughter who's with me, and I brought up this movie, and I was like, "Oh, that's making the movie," and I think it was in the. I don't remember if it was in the backstage or if we mentioned at the beginning of the show, top of the show, Nick was saying like, hey, he's here to rock the boat. Like, listen, you're in good company. I'm all about rocking boats. Just, ask people what I think the best war movie of all time is, and you'll understand. So I will say this, though, to that, none of these movies are not spy movies. Like, they're definitely spy movies. But as I said before, my 2 words for my criteria.
So can I just say something? Can I say something?
Absolutely.
So I was going through my list today, and I came across this movie, and I was like, gosh, this would be an amazing movie to pick today, because I don't think anybody's going to have it unless Andy saw it happen chance, and it's going to be in his list if he saw it. Like because it's. And if that's the movie you pick, I have it on my list.
Well,
just in case.
3 of my 4 movies are actually movies, so I'll just say that much right now. So
the other one's not a movie.
Not technically, but yes, but no, and it'll make sense later. Okay. Let me though. I'm going to get to my Rose, my number 4. If you know me, 90s, 2000s kid. That's just where that's my wheelhouse there. All of these are going to just be right in with that. And my Rosie coming in at number 4. You can go ahead and put Agent Smith's comment right on back up, because I'm going to 2001's Spy Kids.
I knew it.
At the Rosie. Listen, for a 2000s kid, this is nostalgia, right? This is where it is at. Great movie. It's cool because, like, many of the spy movies that you were getting, especially during that time, and really since, like, are really deep and dark. Like, they can be dark, and it's really kind of like it's adult themed. And you go back to the James Bond movies, and it's very adult themed, and all of these, and rightfully so, right? It's a pretty serious matter that they're talking about in many of these. And then comes on in Spy Kids, that the family can enjoy a great spy movie. Not only that, my friends, but none other than Spy Kids 2 was okay. We could talk about that, but here's the deal: Danny Trejo as Uncle Machete, and not only that, the fact that Machete, his character, spawns from Spy Kids, like that's where it began. What a cool thing to happen there! And then listen, if you're going to tell me there is nothing more terrifying than the evil thumbs. I mean, come on, man. Just evil thumbs.
I was sitting here doing this.
The thumbs, man. Yep. They were intense, but besides all of the fun, in all honesty, I really do love Spy Kids. It is
It's Sylvester Stallone as a bad guy.
It's great nostalgia for me. It's just really, really a good movie. It's a movie that when I go back and I'm like reflecting and I'm like, or I just, it's a comfort movie. You can put Spy Kids back on and you could just feel good about everything. So my Rosie, the Cortez family, Spy Kids.
I have 5 or 6 movies in my mind that you're picking today, and this was one of them for sure. And just because I know you'll dip into a children's movie in a heartbeat because of nostalgia, but this movie is my kids' movie, right? My kids' movie, right?
Okay.
And so I love the movie. I love watching it with them. It's not a movie that I would pick because of that. Just because I'm the older statesman of the group. I'm the Michael Caine of the group. And I love it. I love what it's done. I literally have watched this movie maybe a month or 2 ago with my kids. That's part of the series, because when you stream stuff, you can almost find anything anymore, right? And you're just like, well, you want to watch Spy Kids? And
It's a fun movie.
Always,
and 2 is really good as well.
It's never disappointing.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not my 4 favorite movies of all time. But I see where it is for you, man. 100%.
You know where
Just
I'm
going
at.
back to that Spy Kids 2 for a second. Steve Buscemi has dropped like the hardest quote for a family movie ever in that movie. The quote says, "Do you think God stays in heaven because he too lives in fear of what he's created?" Like when I was a kid and I heard that, it went right over my head.
Donkey Kong says the thumb scared him.
Yeah,
when I watched it again, I was like,
nerd strategy. Thanks for letting him know and bringing him and grounding him. I see you're over there on the Twitch side, but listen, we will love that. Oh no, actually, you're on Nick's side. That's what that new logo. You're over there on Nick's side. Thanks for being here.
Nerd Strategy's a good viewer of mine.
We love that. We love that. Welcome to the Summit Squad. Thanks for being here. Good pick. Zach, is this a movie you watch with your kiddos?
I would lie if I said I've seen it. So I think I was at that age where I became. I don't remember what year it came out, but I was born in '87, so I was probably maybe when it came out, I was just teenage age.
You were what? You were probably 15. Yeah.
And this explains a lot because
I was watching Bond. See, I was watching Bond movies since I was little. I mean, that was probably so. We were probably maybe it would just. But I do know the memes. I do know the thumb things. Yeah, Sylvester Stallone. And just I've seen clips and stuff of it, and it does seem like one of those movies nowadays that I need to go back and watch because we just talked about you can stream anything. My son the other day actually rented Rookie of the Year, and we had never seen that. But he's seen it was a baseball movie, and we've seen Sandlot, so it was like. We kind of sat there and watched some of that, and I was like, wow, I forgot how good a movie this was. So I think it definitely would be one of those movie nights when we're stuck in and we're like, man, you know what? We've been doing too much. We need to chill, watch something we haven't seen before, and then I could share that experience watching it for the first time with him too, maybe.
And really, just a heads up, don't go watching Spy Kids thinking it's a great movie. Like, it's not. It, as I said, like it's
now he's bad. He's crawdad now. It's okay.
No, I'm just saying it's a comfort film for me.
Yeah,
but you just know what you're getting into. Like I'm not getting into this movie to like this is going to be the greatest movie. Yeah. So nostalgic, so comforting.
It's crazy that it's directed by Robert Rodriguez.
Yes, Robert Rodriguez.
Yes. Dusk Till Dawn.
So the actors that are in this, Sylvester Stallone, the directors and stuff, this does not seem like it should be a kid movie by any means.
Stallone.
Way as the Shinobi says, the star-studded cast is misleading.
Exactly. That's what.
Yeah.
Donkey Kong says my nickname should be Uncle Daddy. By the way,
change it right now. Tagline: Uncle Daddy.
I'll change the tag here in a second. That's great stuff.
Needless to say,
definitely need to check it out by all means, especially it's coming high. I just do what is it? The third one though. I just laughed at how they had is it George Lopez on the. Is that the third one?
Yeah. No, that's the fourth one. I think.
Fourth one. Yeah.
There's a bad guy in 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just remember being on his big face planted up against the screen or something like that.
No, George Lopez is the villain.
Hey, Aaron's in the house. Hey, by the way, Aaron and his friend are going to be back on soon. He says, "Does Mall count as a spy movie? If Andy has anything to do with it, he'll find a way to add something."
George Lopez is the bad guy in Shark Boy and Lava Girl.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
All right. I get those two confused.
Understandably confused with Spy Kids.
Yes, that's okay. That makes sense now.
Pound buttons. You should go down the rabbit hole and find out what Robert Rodriguez made why he made the film. I believe it's one that got him kicked out of the SAG that he made out of his garage. Wow. Okay. Same vibe, both bad, but amazing. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Aaron, yeah.
I will jump in. I will say this. I got 2 words for you on Brant. Just kidding. These are movies I enjoyed. Actually, it was really hard to put this list, harder than I expected. Because once I went down the rabbit hole, to use what Pound Buttons is saying, once I went down the rabbit hole and realized I wasn't just looking for a certain type of spy movie, that since we went from like not just doing Bond movies to doing all spy movies, it opened up a door much like Spy Kids, much like Spies Like Us, and things like that I was like, okay, there's a whole bunch more movies that I really love, Kingsman. And so, but this, I picked movies that I feel are rewatchable. When I think of spy movies, this is what I want to watch. This is where I want to go. I love the movie theater popcorn feeling that you get with some of these movies, and I love the idea that there's nostalgia therapy, right? Nostalgia built into some of these as well. But this first one, I don't have a lot of nostalgia built with it, but I just think it is BA. And right, it is just an awesome movie. It's an awesome series. And I mean, there's only a couple series that I would probably lean into are the best spy series of all time. And this is my favorite. I'm going to go with the original Bourne Identity as my number 4. It could easily be number 1 as if we were like just talking spy thrillers or whatever. I love this movie. I love that it isn't the typical spy movie, first off, which I know that you guys kind of leaned in and was like, yeah, I want those same kind of tropes. This is one that kind of like went off. Like it was like, all right, he's found on a boat. He's got amnesia. He's trying to figure out who am I, trying to figure out why he's being killed. And he seems so vulnerable in the beginning. Like he's like, what's going on? And then obviously later in the whole thing, and even in the other movies, he's one of the just most crazy guys you've ever watched in film. Like he's just so awesome. And what I love about it, you guys also mentioned, I think, so Rocky, you mentioned, the weapons and things. What I love about Bourne Identity was you don't get like the Get Smart type, the Inspector Gadget, like out of your phone, like whatever. Yeah. Like he's making weapons out of everything. He's like MacGyver on like steroids. He's like beating you with a book, right? Like it's just so wild to see his CIA training all start to come back and who he is and all the underlying stories. I went with just the first one. I could pick probably multiple. I picked the first one, not necessarily because it is the best movie of the group. I do like Ultimatum a lot. I like a lot of. I just don't really like the last one, I guess. But I will say I took the first one because it's kind of the kick-off of this series, and it's usually where I start when I'm watching, and I love to kind of follow that. So I'm going to go with Bourne Identity today for my number 4. And that's a hot start because it could be way up the list.
Yeah. Jason Bourne, yeah, come on.
Jason Bourne to me is one of the coolest characters in all movies, as action movies at least.
You mean that smart guy from Good Will Hunting's a spy? What's going on? Yeah.
Which I've mentioned that movie once before.
But the great choice. I mean, this is like I said, when I was looking at some of these movies and stuff like that, just to kind of get a general idea in the franchises, that was obviously on most of these lists I was looking at. That was the top one. And I remember when it did come out, I was kind of like I just said, Matt Damon's in this. He's doing an action movie. I wasn't really too familiar much with a lot of his movies that went on besides at the time Dogma and Good Will Hunting was about the only movies I've ever seen him in. And just being blown away by this was just kind of like, I just like that kind of like amnesia, like all of a sudden stuff starts clicking.
I want to lean into this comment. So as I was researching, I was like, oh, I mean, is it just an action movie? Is it almost every movie that I picked today? I went to several different places, whether it was IMDb, obviously Wiki, Google, whatever. It was like, is this an actual spy movie? And it's listed several places as a spy movie. I know it's an action thriller. You could say it's just a CIA movie. It's a wanted movie, whatever. But
Jesus Christ, it's Jason Bourne.
Yeah, it's Jason Bourne. Yeah.
Awesome. No. Shinobi said, Jason Bourne, it's Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
That meme or whatever popping up everywhere is so good.
So, anyway.
I love that just basically the amnesia part, and then everything just kind of starts clicking, and it's like, it's kind of like that scene from Matrix. I know Kung Fu, and he's just like, do, and then he's able to do all this stuff, and it's cool to see.
I feel the same way too a lot in my age now, where I just forget a lot of things, and little things.
That's how pants get on. Okay.
Oh, okay, I got it. I remember what I was doing.
I do that driving home from work sometimes. I go, wait a second, I'm here already.
Yeah.
Why did I come in here? Why am I here?
All the time. That one all the time. I feel like a sim.
Yeah. Oh.
Well, essentially, we're all Jason Bourne.
Well, I did it earlier with the criteria thing. Wait, what was I saying? Oh, criteria. Yeah. Anyways, man, what a great start. I love all four of these movies for one reason or another. And, man, we're going to have a fun night. So here's the cool thing. We don't have to jump in and talk about criteria anymore. We can just go into our next pick, which we call him TJ Jazzy Jeff, our fun name for Thomas Jefferson, number 3 on the list. Zach, you're up next. What's number 3 before we take a break?
All right. Well, hit that Rushmore.
Oh, I wasn't even ready this early. Holy smokes. Ready?
So I had to go with Kingsman. First one.
Oh, there you go.
Yep. I said, I love Samuel Jackson in this as the villain. Like you said, he's just off the wall, and
he's so good.
It's a Bond movie that's not a Bond movie, and I love the fact that it was a kid that was just a ruffian or whatever like that, but he was smart, he knew all this stuff, and they kind of worked him up, and just the different stuff that they did, that these guys were run basically out of a tailor shop, and then there were secret agencies like this. In that scene, like one of the first times that they use that satellite beam down, and I think they're in that church, and all heck just starts breaking loose now, and then the one agent himself is just fighting everybody basically by himself.
Yeah.
Blew my mind when I saw that. Like, I had never seen anything filmed that good since Matrix 2, and he's fighting all those, Agent Smiths,
right,
just all over the place. I was just like it takes a lot for a movie to be like, I'm just sitting here like, whoa.
That's kind of what I was talking about with the adrenaline rush of some of the things of this movie.
And I don't like in movies when they have stuff with dogs, and that is imprinted in my head, even though they don't do it. But when they were like, you got to kill the dog, and I'm like, oh no, skip ahead, I can't watch this. I'm like, I cannot. Yeah. And then it turns out it was a blank, and whatever it was. But I was just like, it's just so good. And like you said, a lot of the actors in it are absolutely amazing. And then obviously the younger guy that they brought in, I don't know his name right now, but he's been in so many good movies since then too. And
Joel Edgerton.
Yes. Really put him on the map, I think, too, with that stuff. And just absolutely love it. It was a great, great movie.
Yeah, I like the main guy. He was fairly newish when this first came out, but I like him a lot. So
yeah, that church scene reminds me of when I play when I'm playing Doom Eternal.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's got that heavy music playing and you're just going through there and just basically manhandling everything.
I'm
and
not
it's
stuck in here
awesome.
with you. You're stuck in here with me.
Yeah, exactly. Doomslayer.
Such a good movie.
Mhm.
Yeah, this is what I was talking about. Like, there were so many adrenaline rushes that was kind of happening there. It's just like this is a movie. If I would have known back, I mean, when did this come out? Like
20
years ago or so,
16.
15 years ago? I would have loved to see this in
2014.
Yeah, so I would have loved to see this in the theater for the first time. Like, it's just one of those that feels like a theater type movie to me.
Yeah.
Like, it's like a lot of wow moments, a lot of just loud, like having the surround sound, and just I feel like it was one of those types.
So too, that training scene where they're all underwater.
Yeah.
Like, man, that for like whenever I see, I don't know if you guys do this, but like at least maybe when you were a kid, when you would see like a scene taking place underwater and you see the characters hold their breath. Did you ever hold your breath too?
Oh yeah.
Like, do you guys ever do that?
I do in Sonic's underwater too, and he's going to the little bubble and starts playing that fast, and I'm just like,
yeah,
I got to get to the bubbles. Yeah.
I was holding my breath when I was watching this movie, and I was just like, how are you doing that?
It would be really cool though. Speaking of that, if while you were drowning, all you had to do was eat a bubble.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
So like Sonic?
We're good at that point. Kirk, you are faceless.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. I think the battery.
There he is. Whoa, there he is.
I think the battery in that camera just died.
Yeah.
Anyways, I guess that's what happened. I don't know. It just lost connection.
Already got a crush more. I love it.
Yeah, that's big time. That's big time. So, all right. Well, Rocky, where are you going?
All right. So, hold on to your butts. Because
hold on to my what?
my Jazzy Jeff is Mrs. Doubtfire.
Wow!
Oh, my goodness. This is definitely an Andy pick.
I applaud. Hold on. Not only do I applaud it, but so does our live audience.
There it is.
Wow.
Yeah. So Mrs. Doubtfire is
Rocky, you're going to fit in real well around here.
So it's not only a great family-friendly movie, but little did any of us know that Mrs. Doubtfire would be James Bond's greatest villain, because this movie also stars James Bond himself, Pierce Brosnan, as
that grapefruit, really good.
Oh yeah, as his replacement in the family dynamic. Now, is this a traditional spy movie? No, not at all. But it fits the profile of every single criteria to be a spy movie. Essentially, I think at this point we all know the synopsis of this film, but the treatment in which he undergoes to perform as a fictional character within this fictional movie is insane. From his all the prosthetic testing and whatnot, to actually being two people at the same time when the state representative comes to his apartment and he has to play Mrs. Doubtfire and himself and make up the dialogue as he's going is just absolutely insane. All the while, he is trying to be the father that he can't be for his kids as Mrs. Doubtfire. And he does about like 90% clears the role. There are times when, for instance, he's on the bus as Mrs. Doubtfire and the bus driver sees the hairy legs, and he's like, well, that's all right. I'm all about women being natural and whatnot. But also too, like, one of my favorite scenes is when he's trying to cook, and then all of a sudden he leans over and the pan's burning and whatnot, and he forgets he's got breasts, the prosthetic breasts on, and then they catch fire and he's he grabs a spatula and starts smacking. It's hilarious. And this movie has gotten a common phrase within our gaming group whenever I'm streaming. Usually it's when we play Helldivers or Battlefield 6. Usually one of us is a medic. when one of us gets downed, somebody in the chat, in our voice chat, always goes, "Help is on the way, dear," to go revive somebody or just give help in general. But Miss Doubtfire is through and through a spy movie.
I love the explanation, and I love this comment best. This is it. This is it. And just like that, no one talks about Pokemon Snap. Andy, by the way, Andy put Pokemon Snap as his #1 shooter of all time. And that is a running joke
it's a
around.
Shoot 'em up game. It is a rail shooter through and through.
It is
just taking pictures.
Nobody's saying it's not. Like, that's just not the point.
Well, the reality is, I don't like those games, but I do love Pokemon Snap.
Who knew? I love this, Honky Kong. Who knew that they were flammable?
Right.
This is a great pick, and I am. Listen, I
know you're all for it. This is like so. You have just made a new friend. You have just made a new friend, Rocky, because this is Andy's. Yeah.
It's not even as. I don't even think it's as. I think
now it's not going to make his next pick as surprising because he thought he was going to surprise us, and now.
Yeah. Well, mine's not even technically a movie, so that's the route I'm taking.
Oh, I see.
But Mrs. Doubtfire, while we're talking about a great movie, obviously I love this pick. We just talked Robin Williams movies a couple weeks ago, and he's got an impressive category.
Switching my camera over, by the way.
All the movies, he's got so many great ones, and I'm Doubtfire. I forget all mentioned, but I'm almost positive Mrs. Doubtfire was talked about in that episode. So. Yeah. What a great movie! What a great movie!
Yeah, as a dad too, just wanting to be with your kids all the time and think about how the struggles he'd have to go through. And even as a kid, it's a great movie, but even as an adult, it's still a good movie because you could just relate to it. And it has something for everybody. And like you said, it hits the tropes, the spy movie tropes. You know, the sneaking around, the disguises, and then happen to be somebody that you're not. To fit in, to get where you need to be, to do what you need to do. Perfect. Yeah. Perfect. I actually love this choice, and I love the movie.
And it's funny, too, like, as a kid watching it, everyone hated the mom for being mad about the birthday party, right? But as an adult, and, like, we just hosted my son's second birthday party. We had, like, 30
You feeling it?
As an adult, I could not imagine having a donkey in the house, you know, the kids jumping on the tables and stuff.
You're only at 2. I mean, like, it's coming.
Well, my daughter is also 12, so I've you know, just as one gained independence, I got another one that needs me for everything. So
I'm right there with you because I have some 20-somethings, some teen-somethings, and some preteen-somethings.
Yeah. But it's pretty wild. And I will say too, you know, like on a more serious note of the film, you know, I got divorced in 2020, as if that year didn't suck already. So this movie always hits me way harder than I think your average viewer does. And I think if you've gone through that kind of experience, you know, it really does speak to you, especially if you're a present dad, right? Yeah. Like that's the thing is being a dad is one thing, but being a present dad is a whole other thing. And my chat and my viewers know just how much I love my kids and whatnot. And, you know, thankfully I am very lucky and happily remarried, and God bless me with a wonderful woman. But you know, like this movie, like rewatching it, I rewatched it very recently, and it got me tear jerky where like other parts of them, like where other people watching it wouldn't really get tear jerky.
Yeah.
But there's a scene in particular where the mom shows up to his apartment when they're all eating, and he goes, "This is my time," and you know, that really struck a chord with me. On a whole other level, because that's where you see Robin Williams playing the dad, right? You know, and
not the funny man anymore, the real hard. And that really struck a chord with me. So this movie does have it's in a totally encompassing film of all different aspects. You've got the comedy, you've got the family drama going on, you've got the spy elements and everything. It's a really solid movie. Yeah, that scene in the courts too, where he's telling you, Your Honor, I need them. I can't live without them. And then it just like now, as being a father too, I know that exact feeling. It's just like, I need my kids.
Such a great
It's
pick.
a great movie that you can appreciate it. And you kind of alluded to this, Zach. Like you can appreciate it as a kid. You love it for all different reasons. And then you watch it as an adult and you're like, I love it, but now for a completely different reason.
Yep.
What a good movie. Yeah.
Good movie.
Love that one.
Yeah.
All right.
Good pick. Good pick. All right, Andy, you can't shock the world anymore. Your turn.
Well, mine's not technically a movie, so that's where we're going to go with this one. Season 7,
Of the Office.
episode 17 of The Office.
I knew it.
Finally get it. We've been hearing about it for years, but we have
No,
an entire episode dedicated to the premiere of Michael Scarn's Threat Level Midnight. Yes, I'm going Threat Level Midnight. It's not even technically a movie, but it's a movie within a show, so I'll count it. And it doesn't matter. You can cancel. So
Crazy.
Threat Level Midnight. You jump to the left and you shake that hand. You jump to the right and you shake that hand. Listen. What did I say in criteria on?
Oh, look, McKenna knows. McKenna's here, cheating at his own game.
Yeah, well, that's what I do. I said on brand. I had to find a way to fit this one in there. This was the one that was brought up on the drive over here tonight. And I said, I have to.
And you leapfrogged a movie and kicked one out.
Yes, I did. And I didn't feel great. I fit a fourth one in to fit one in. This one fits, right? So yeah, Threat Level Midnight. Listen, here's the deal. If you haven't watched The Office, what's that?
I'm seeing the chat. I just wanted to act like I didn't want to miss it.
Yeah.
My wife and I struggling with the fact that we are never be parents. Anyways, great. Man, I am sorry to hear that, Honky Kong. I saw Rocky's post, and then I was like, wait a second, did I miss a prayer opportunity? Because guys, if you need some prayer requests, this is the place to be. We'll stop and pray for you guys for sure, because that's just what we do. And but yeah, thanks for praying for him, Rocky. And if you would like some prayer, Honky Kong live, we will do that. But yeah, man, that stinks. Go ahead, Andy. Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. No, that's way more important than Threat Level Midnight. But for sure. But here's the deal. If you know me, you know I love The Office. I've watched it umpteen times, right? I mean, I can't even remember how many times I've watched it. But we hear about Michael Scott's passion project, Threat Level Midnight, throughout the years. And then, like I said, season 7, episode 17, we finally get one dedicated to the premiere of that, and we get to watch the entire movie. Or for the most part, we watch the whole movie there. But it's great because it is so many classic things. It was filmed earlier in the filming of the show, so you actually get to look back at Jim and Pam and Dwight as younger ones, right? But Golden Face, it's just a spoof of every classic spy movie out there. Golden Face is Jim Halpert. His face is painted gold, right? There's the Scarn dance that I just kind of did a little bit of. You meet some friends and you tie some yarn. That's how you do the Scarn. It's so crazy.
It's so bad.
So good. But I just love he has to have a catch line, right? He has to have a tagline for his character, Michael Scarn, and it's clean up on aisle 5. And it makes no sense for what it's about. Dwight Schrute is like the whole time is kind of like this butler guy to Michael Scarn, and then at the end you find out he's a robot that needs oil or something. It's like it's so funny. I'm gonna go, Threat
Level Midnight
for my TJ Jazzy Jeff.
So once you said it's not really a whatever, I knew it was an episode from either Parks and Rec or The Office. And once you said The Office, I mean, I had you almost on beat. But I remember this. This is a great, we did an episode one year, guys, so Andy's favorite show was The Office. I hadn't watched The Office yet. And my favorite show is The Goldbergs. And so he watched The Goldbergs. I watched The Office. And then we had to have a battle. And this was a great episode. I love this. I love The Office. I just don't watch it 7,000 times like he does. I like to go through and move on.
How do we feel about The Office? Our guests.
Yeah. Good pick. Good pick.
I'm
We're already having some controversy.
Yeah, I was a Parks and Rec guy, so
That's
I didn't. Yeah, I didn't understand the humor of The Office until it was one of those shows where I was like, when it was out, I was just kind of like, I don't, you know. But many years later, when I finally sat down, and maybe it was just the episodes that I had seen before weren't very good, but when I started from the beginning, got to understand the characters, I was like, this show is freaking good. Now I don't think I got to this the threat level one yet. To seen that one, but the ones that I've seen for the earlier seasons, like it's just ridiculously.
Just go to Peacock and go to season 7, episode 17.
Yeah. Andy McKenna.
No background knowledge of The Office. It's hilarious.
It's hilarious. Okay, I'll have to do that.
Andy McKenna might still be in the chat. What was the episode of the wedding?
The garden party.
Mr.
Tim Halbert.
So my daughter, that's my daughter, by the way, guys, McKenna, and we just got married in March. And Andy sent me the garden party episode and said, "Watch this. This is what we're gonna do at the reception." She would have died, dude. She would have died.
Mrs. James Halbert.
It
was the book that he wrote, that Jim wrote to prank Dwight, The Art of the Garden Party by James Trickerton.
Gosh.
So yeah, we were gonna do, and we kept like secretly doing it. And welcome to the show.
Ice sculptures, tribal dances. You know.
Spy Movies is a fake spy movie in a comedy sitcom. Awesome. This is right on brand.
Yeah.
All right, well, my turn, and I'm gonna go one that's okay. I'm gonna on brand. Andy, actually, we are going to be doing these movies next go round. So that might give away a little hint to you, Andy, because I think you might know of at least one episode that we're going to do next time go around, because I've mentioned it. And this is one that I added today, and I was like, oh man, that is definitely a spy movie. It is much more a spy movie now that I think about it with your guys' picks, for sure, because it's definitely got secret agents. It's got undercover operations, political conspiracy, double agents, surveillance, assassins, the whole 9 yards. I'm going with one of the movies that kicked off the Marvel Universe. I'm going Winter Soldier in America. And when I saw it, I was like, oh, yeah. I mean, that's all about espionage. It's all about that side of the political aspect. It's not about like the big laser that's going to blow up the earth. There's a whole bunch of other things that underline and help build Captain America's character tremendously. I love Captain America. Not on my top 4 list as far as of movies in superhero, but we are doing superhero movies coming up in December with Sanctum Sanctorum, and they're coming to visit with us, which is going to be a great episode. And yeah, I'm going to go with this movie. And I love the Winter Soldier as a character. I had a few of the comic books as a kid, but seeing that character come out, Bucky, I've loved every time. He's just a really cool kind of anti-hero fit. I just like those kind of dudes. But yeah, man, 2014, the Russo brothers kind of went a different route with superhero movies. This is about as close as you can get in the superhero realm for a spy movie for me. I'm going with Winter Soldier.
Yeah, that's a pretty solid pick. I think Marvel has been trying to really recapture the magic that Winter Soldier actually had. It was not just a superhero movie, but it was a good movie. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, it wasn't hokey. It had blends of like Jason Bourne. It had a little bit of even like expendable action. You know, it had like some behind the enemy lines kind of stuff. Or enemy of the state.
I see a little. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff.
There's a lot of really good stuff in there, and obviously it pulls at the heartstrings because you were introduced to Bucky in the first Captain America movie, and I mean, I don't think a lot of people knew about Bucky or his origin. So So to see it like on the big screen was really cool and kind of an introductory way for people to really get it. But you get all those agents all of a sudden who are you thought were SHIELD, and then all of a sudden in the elevator you get that Hail Hydra, you know, and you're like, whoa, bro, what?
That elevator scene's awesome.
Yeah, it is. It is. And Andy is out of his element here.
Yeah. I was about to say, if you know me, this is one of those I didn't even watch it probably one time.
He's gonna have a blast when we do superhero movies. Come back for that episode and see what 4 he picks for that. Because
I've got that's easy. That's unlocked. There's ones that I like, but I will say
the guy that won't watch the Marvel Universe because he's so far behind he won't even start it. He's not even like.
I feel like what do I do at this point? It's I'm just gonna fail. You know, I've watched bits and pieces. I've watched some of the movies.
So we've talked about it. Watch the Marvel Universe 35, 40 movies, or watch The Office 35 times in a row. I mean,
exactly. I'm gonna pick my battles, and I'm just gonna go to Michael Scarn, Threat Level Midnight again.
There's cornerstone films in that whole thing that you can watch. You don't got to watch all the TV shows and all the movies, but I get what you're saying.
This is one that I think you should watch. Though. This is one for sure.
Yeah,
Star Wars
is a great standalone film too.
It's about the most grounded of all of them, in my opinion. It's like the least superhero-ish. I mean, there's superhero things, obviously. It seems more.
I've watched some superhero movies, and I'm like, okay, the CGI is cool. Like, that's all I'm getting from this. You know what I mean? And
there he is. Haven't seen Kevin in a while. Kevin been rocking this GameCube, dude. Yeah. And I've been having a blast. Cannon and I over the summer playing the GameCube. I don't know
if you've been on since I talked about it, but I've really been loving Beautiful Joe. Like, that has jumped up my list.
That's a great game.
Love of game. I played it before, but never really played it much. But now he downloaded 1, 2, and 3, I think, on my GameCube, and it's an absolute blast of a game.
Mariano's in the house. Welcome in, buddy. So, to fill in the video game guys below, Kevin is a friend of mine from like 7th grade, 6th grade. He has the biggest video game collection I've ever seen that doesn't have a YouTube channel. Like he does, he's just that guy. And so we always kind of like, dude, you need a channel. You need a channel. Your channel. So one of these times we were talking video games, and both Andy and I said, yeah, our GameCubes are broke. He's like, well, bring it down the next convention I see you guys at. He fixed them, and then he uploaded like hundreds of games on them. So we've been playing GameCube games like crazy. So anyways, Beautiful Joe is pretty darn good. Yeah. And phenomenal games. I'm still angry he never made it into Smash. I agree. That would be a cool Smash character. All right. Well, Andy, that's halftime. I still need that video. I still need the video for me. Sure. Halftime. But hey, look, if you guys, there's some new folks here. So let me tell you a little bit about us and a little bit about some of our friends. First off, we are, and as you can see, I'm wearing the Ask Us About Our Origin Story. We go to conventions and do a nerd ministry, if you will. We go to the conventions and we preach about things like Winter Soldier. We preach about Helldivers. We preach about Sonic the Hedgehog. We preach about, Mrs. Doubtfire. And depending on whatever the convention is on or what it's about, people invite us to come and kind of MC it, hang out with them. And we share our not just our love for all the nerdiness that's inside and all the nerdy people, but we share our love for Jesus. Both Andy and I are pastors in the faith and youth pastors, generation pastors. And one of my favorite things about it is this, and guys, this is where it's at. It is the directory of the Coalition of Christian Creators directory. And there are about 140. I have about 30 more I need to add to this, Andy, that I've picked up over the last few weeks. I just haven't got a chance to edit and make a new copy. But we hand these out at the conventions, and inside of this is just several Christian creators. One of those Christian creators asked us today if we wanted to be on a Halloween episode, which is going to have a bunch of pastors on it. talking about either The Thing or Needful Things, which is really cool. So I think we'll probably join that eventually coming up. But matter of fact, let's do Retro Rewind's podcast. No, that was enough time to let you show this. Andy, I haven't dropped this week's yet. If I'm being honest, I forgot to upload it until today, so I was scrambling to upload it today. I might have to drop it tomorrow. But there's the Coalition Creator. You can get that free on our website, which is rushmore.reboot.weebly.com. And you go and follow those guys. I just saw Aaron Jag. He was in the chat earlier. But many of the people that show up in our chat are in there. So go follow them. If you are a Christian creator and you want to be in the book, by all means, let me know. I'll put you in. This is my devotional. I wrote it on video games. So this is last week's, which that is Halo. That is last Thursday's input. I drop every Thursday a week's worth, so 7 days worth, and you can run this through with your kids. It's kid friendly. So as you can see, day 175, day 176 to 182 was supposed to drop today. It'll probably come out in the morning. I got to finish uploading. I honestly, things got away from me with everything else. And there is your devotional, Andy. The Bible is metal, because the Bible is cool. Tell them about your devotional, and then we'll get back to the show after our shout outs.
Yeah, the Bible is a very metal thing. You know, when you read it, a lot of people say, hey, it's boring. I don't know what's going on. There's all these names and things I can't pronounce. But when you get into it, man, there are a lot of really metal stories and passages in the Bible. So I wanted to put together a 31-day devotional of all the most metal stories in the Bible. And I got to get back to writing. I'm about 50% done still. I haven't done too much. But as you can see on there, we got a devotional. We've got a little breakdown, and then we've got the heavy questions to follow. So it's a good thing to do together, you know, a small group, or just read on your own for some reflection. So there you go. Check it out on rushmorereboot.weebly.com.
All right, Andy, we're going to camp, and one of my favorite things to go to camp is their coffee, because our friends over at the Village Coffee help us out and get us all caffeined up every morning. So let's share the Village Coffee. Let's share our member of the week. We actually have a member of the week on today.
We do.
Yeah. And then might as well share his. And let's share the Retro Rewind podcast, who we're going to hopefully be on their show for a Halloween episode with The Thing or Needful Things, whichever one they decide to pick, with a bunch of our other pastor friends. Let's drop those three, and then let's get back into it.
All right, here you go.
Every other week, join the Retro Rewind Pod as they travel back 15 or more years along the entertainment space-time continuum in their mission to review movies and games, establishing what is still worth your time today. Expect fun banter and trivial insights from Francisco, Paul, and rotating guest hosts who are all out of time.
Let's face it, at-home coffee can be pretty stale. Coffee at home doesn't have to be boring. The Village Coffee is here to deliver the flavor. The Village Coffee roasts coffee every week and sells online. Go to villagebeans.com to order your coffee today and use discount code Rushmore for free shipping.
Zach, the Iowa Retro Gamer Dad, brings heart, honesty, and heat to retro gaming, collecting, and pack ripping with his son. From tackling addiction and mental health to calling out scalpers and celebrating nostalgia, this channel is where real talk meets real fun. Follow the journey at youtube.com/@Iowa Retro Gamer Dad. And also follow along on Instagram and Twitch.
What a good-looking man.
Hey, there he is.
Right
there he is. There he is. Hey, so
Deer in the headlights.
we're back, ready to rock and roll. Thanks for being a member, guys. If you want to be a member, we'll do a commercial for you guys as well. We play commercials at every half break, and if we ever do some other shows, we do. Dude, I was just about to text you 2 days ago. I was thinking about you, Jose, and I was like, man, I haven't seen him in a while. Wonder how he's doing. Our Chicago friend. What's up, fellas? Long time in the chat. Sorry, I've been busy at work.
Roman.
Dude, You're good. You're good, man. Jose, we love you, man. Thanks for being here. Hey, so,
Hey, there he is.
Have to do that. Gifted one membership. Thanks for doing that for somebody special. Iowa. I'll tell you who it is here in a second. But with that being said, if you want to be a part, you can jump in to be a membership. What that does is that helps us to get to conventions and share the gospel with our friends. And the next one hopefully is Southeast Gaming Exchange. We're supposed to be a part of that a little bit. And then after that, it's Louisiana RetroCon. So thanks for being a part of helping us just kind of have fun with our friends and share the gospel a little bit. So, hey, let's get back into this. You are up, Zach. And while you're talking, I'm going to go find out who is the lucky member to receive the membership. Go ahead.
All right. So let's see here. This one was kind of we're gonna talk about like I said, the tropes earlier, the disguises, and sometimes I feel like spying and thieves and stuff like that kind of coincides when it comes with a lot of that stuff. Growing up, I remember renting this movie on a limb. I think I had seen, is it Batman Forever? And then I kind of was like dove into like Val Kilmer, and I was like, I hadn't seen much of him. And I remember renting a VHS one time, and I seen him on it, and then it had Elizabeth Shue, I think it was in there. And I just remember being like, okay, it's Batman. I wonder what this movie is. So I had to do this one. For my Lincoln, I had to pick The Saint, starring Val Kilmer.
Good movie.
Now, like I said, this one I was just kind of blown away in the beginning scene. He is playing like kind of like the hero and stuff like that in the orphanage, and then he has to. They're based heavily on saints that they have to learn about and stuff like that. And the girl falls and ends up ultimately dying, and then he just kind of goes off and does his thing, and then it jumps to in the future where he's like a professional thief. He builds his personalities around these saints that he grew up learning about. Each saint had a different personality and stuff that he adapts to for whatever situation he needs to be in. And in the end, he uses all this technology, the sneaking around these characters to get what he needs to do. In the beginning for money, but in the end, he ends up, making the right choice and giving what he could have, got a bunch of money for to the people. Ultimately, Cold Fusion and stuff like that. So a great cast. And I remember just being blown away, especially by this movie, that even being at a young age, being able to appreciate how good of an actor he was. And just the Iceman. So The Saint.
Good pick, man. I saw this on many lists, and when I saw it, I was like, I remember liking the movie. I just couldn't remember much from the movie, and I just hadn't seen it in so long. And I had a list of movies today and yesterday that I was hoping to kind of get through, and that was one of them. Just in case it was as great as I remember it. I remember liking it a lot, but
it's still a movie that every few years, if I see it pop up streaming somewhere, I'm like, and I watch it when I get the free time. One of those nostalgia movies. I don't think it did very well. It wasn't like insanely popular by any means, but it was, like I said, it's one of those movies that I watched on a limb when we could rent VHSs, and got it one night, watched it, loved it, and then from then on, I just kept watching it.
Good stuff, man. Rocky, Andy, you guys like The Saint? Have you seen The Saint?
I like Val Kilmer, but I don't think I've seen this movie.
I think I've seen it once.
Yeah,
I think I've seen it once a long time ago.
Baby. Who dat? So I'm here for it. We got a good friend Daniel who has a comic book, The Saint. So I'm all about things that are circling around this movie. I just don't know if I've seen it.
Daniel Johnson has a great comic, man. The Saint. It's based off the New Orleans Saints, but it's as a Black African American superhero. He's pretty awesome. But yeah, this is a cool pick. I kind of shocked it's this high. Just because
like I said, every time I see it,
I don't remember it much. I need to watch it again. I need to definitely watch it again. Well, great pick, man. All right, Rocky, The
Yeah.
Saints.
So
Link. This is Link, by the way. Lincoln.
Lincoln.
Oh, by the way, at Trey Alexander III is our new member. So
Go ahead,
awesome.
Trey. He begins with a 3 and ends with a 3. How about that, Trey?
yeah, Trey.
Alexander. Trey.
Yeah, Trey.
Or Trey.
All right. What's our next on the list tonight?
Yeah, so my next one up is another unconventional one.
Oh,
Not leaning in comedy, however. Everybody that talks about this franchise always says it needs to get back to its roots. It needs to get back to what it's about. It needs to get back to about the racing. I'm talking about the very first that just celebrated its 25th anniversary last week, The Fast and the Furious.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is a spy and espionage movie, first and foremost, before it is about racing at all. Back when we were talking about the Fast and Furious franchise on my podcast during a series of Summer Cinema, I believe it was last year, maybe 2 years ago, my co-host's mind was blown because the way I explained the movie to him, it totally changed his perspective about what this movie is. The main character is not Dominic Toretto. It is Paul Walker's character, who is an FBI agent going undercover to find out who exactly is boosting these semi-trucks and taking, this will make you feel old, TVs and DVD players. And VHS players.
Yes.
Because that's what the loot is. And all throughout, he is going deep undercover, and at one point almost loses his cover when he is peeking into the Tran garage, and he sees some DVD players and whatnot, but also Vince and Dom sneak up on him. Vince is Dom's right hand, and throughout the entire movie, he does not trust Brian, Paul Walker's character. He knows he's a cop. He knows it, but Dom lets it slide. Eventually, push comes to shove. The plot thickens. Paul Walker, Brian, he even gets into a relationship with the antagonist's sister. Eventually, at the very end, he reveals he's a cop. But it also is one of those moments where the tension is so high. Vince is on the verge of losing his life. He's between a rock and a hard place. He's got to make that call. He makes the call, calls in the medevac, reveals he's a cop. But then that's not even where the movie stops. You think the movie's going to stop there, but no, because of subplots with the race wars and stuff going on. One of the main staples of the group, Jesse, gets gunned down by the Tran gang on their motorcycles, and then a big chase ensues. And then at the very end, Brian and Dom have a race, a quarter-mile race. That you think one of them's going to get hit by the train that goes by, and they don't. But then Dom wrecks the beautiful Charger, and Paul Walker Brian is again faced with rock and a hard place. Gives Dom the keys to his Skyline. He books it, and then c'est la vie. But this movie is one of those. It is very much of its time, but also timeless. I think every element about this movie is just so ageless. Honestly, ageless. Whether it's the soundtrack, because it does feature some, you got the Limp Bizkit in there, you got Dope in there, and so on and so forth. What's his name? Ja Rule, Mr. Firefest. But honestly, as an espionage movie, if you're looking at this movie not for the cars but for the actual plot and storyline, it is so good. Whether it's Brian's meetings with the FBI and CIA agents, in between each scene and whatnot, or you've got Paul Walker's Brian trying to get further in, deeper undercover with Dom's group. Like, it's just so good. It's so good.
Yeah. This was not one that I saw coming tonight. I'll just say that.
I love the explanation. I love Fast and the Furious, the franchise.
Hey, let me just say this to your point, like you just said. I love the explanation. I just, for anyone who hasn't seen Fast and Furious, we just saw it essentially in your description of it. I love it. It was like a shot for shot. I'm here for.
What I was going to say is Rocky has not only done his homework, but he feels like he's seen the show before.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no,
I love that. I love that. Hey, I do want to say hello to a few people. Drippy in the house, one of my students, and it's small. I can't tell who that is, but if you say your name, I will probably immediately know. And Mariano is one of my old students. He says, me and my family watch Fast and the Furious. Papa Bear, great movies with that pick. Point Break with Cars, says Way of the Shinobi. Locke wants to know where's the stash. Seattle,
yeah. I normally have a big mustache.
Seattle's giving a salute. Welcome in, Seattle Chef. Those dang trans people. What's up, Seattle, Tacoma? Good evening, sir. A lot of people just coming in. Let me just do this real quick. Sirs, Vin Diesel was 33 in that movie. He turned 60 this year.
Oh,
look, real quick, there's a lot of new people that just popped in right there. Welcome to the Summit Squad. So basically, the Summit Squad is people that come and hang out every Thursday night here and do a climb the Rushmore with us. We're ending our movies with spy movies. That's what we're talking about. You might be a little confused if you logged in to hear Fast and the Furious, but he just gave you a good explanation. And next week, we go into video games. We have 8 great episodes lined up with tons of great video game creators that are lined up. And then we do music and movies again. Thanks for being here. If you want to climb the mountain, just drop your top 4 spy movies in the chat as we're talking. Fast and the Furious. That's a great pick. Yeah. So, Andy, what were you going to say?
Also, real quick, I want to say what's up, Locke, PSB, Hunter Brown, Seattle Chef. What's going on, guys? Glad you guys are here. Appreciate you guys watching.
So awesome. Thanks for being. Thanks for jumping in on your community. That's so cool.
I'm going to bring this comment up again, though, that he was 33 in that movie and he's 60. What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. 11 is still coming out. Like, I think it's coming out next year.
Crazy.
What can they do next? Time travel? I mean, what is the next thing? They've already been to space. They've been over ice. I don't even know.
Under the sea.
Yeah.
So what I was gonna say, like this is one of those movies, Rocky. Like I was mentioning earlier when you said Kingsland, and then I was like, like Expendables. Like you might not know where they're gonna go with the plot and all craziness, but you know what you're getting as far as a movie. When people walk out of movies like this, they're like, oh, bro, that sucked. I can't believe you knew. And they've given you 10 opportunities or whatever, 11 opportunities to know that what you're getting into.
Right.
Come on.
You're not going to Taco Bell for healthy foods. you know what you're getting at Taco Bell. But no, as for his pick, I was just gonna jump in. Just love this. Like somebody had said earlier, and I never saw this, never even thought of this, but it's Point Break with cars instead of planes, and that's a great way to say this because even at the scene when he's about ready to catch him, Utah is, and instead of firing at him, he just screams and starts firing in the air, and that's like the same at the end when he.
Little did you know, y'all are talking about Rocky's George coming up soon. Just it might be. I don't know.
Yeah, well, I don't know, but then and then in the scene when he's like he just gives him the keys and he lets him take off, and the whole time he's trying to like those typical movies where he's trying to ride the line of being undercover, but he's also they're becoming part of his family. He's getting sucked into the into the part of being about it. He's falling in love with the sister. He's seeing Vin Diesel's character as his brother. And it's just I would have never thought about this. I mean, and then too, at the time when these cars were coming out, we talked about this at work the other day, and then you had like Need for Speed and stuff like that. All of us wanted to get like a 10-second car. We wanted to start, doing drag races and all this stuff.
I still want that orange Subaru. I mean, come on.
Right?
Yeah.
And that 69 Charger that he built with his dad or whatever, that is still like my car that I'll never have. But seeing it in that movie, and at the end when he floors it and it revs up and he like ramps into the air and just goes, and it's just like, wow. Like it's
you know, like what was I gonna say? It's like they paint Vin Diesel to be this big bad guy, right? Like the CIA and the FBI, and you know they give him the rap sheet on him. They throw him the file. He goes, "This is what he did to that guy's face. Now he's like, disabled." You know, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
But then you get that scene with Dom and Brian in the garage, and he shows him his dad's car, and he gives him the story about what happened to his dad's car, and then how and why he got arrested, you know, and put in jail for like 2 years. But then you hear him say that like he regrets doing that, and you see the sorrow on his face because he not only did he commit that crime and assault that guy, but he did it out of love for his father. His father just died, you know, and so on. But you see the remorse on his face, and when he says, "Yeah, no, he's a janitor at a school instead of, you know, racing and whatnot," you see that regret on him. So then you go, maybe he isn't a bad guy. Maybe he isn't the one doing these things, and it is actually Johnny Tran and that gang and whatnot. But no, it's so good. And once you look at I hate that the franchise has become such a joke. Yeah. But if you look at the first one with this lens of being an espionage crime thriller, you see it in a totally different light.
I will say the first 3, I was hooked, and the fourth on was kind of when they started to. I feel like they were, let's make this bigger than what we thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
But the first 3, I mean, Tokyo Drift and all those, I loved all those movies. But I think your analysis is great. I like the Point Break feeling. And I wasn't not on my radar today. Not on my radar today, but I'm here for it.
Told you I was going to rock the boat.
Pound Buttons, thanks for hopping in. Appreciate you.
Hey, Pound Buttons, let me just say thanks for being here every Thursday. Next Thursday, we're talking about top 4 video games that define the generation. So that if you want to come back and visit, we're talking about top 4 video games that define the generation. It's probably going to be each one of our generations of everybody that's on the panel, but we're kind of talking it through right now. Come back next Thursday, 7 Central, 8 Eastern. Thanks for being here, and we appreciate you. Hey, so Andy, you're up. Fast and the Furious, the Office, and Mrs. Doubtfire. I did not have ready for tonight, but boom! Now that movie that I was thinking about, Andy, really, I should probably just drop it. I should.
All right. Well, I don't know if this is the one you were thinking of, but I'm actually going to go a little bit different than where I've been going tonight. This is where I kind of mix it up. I'm actually going with an Italian or a based Italian kind of movie here. So there's this. Let me just build it up a little bit, and then I'll tell you what I'm talking about, and see if you see how when you get it. Okay. There's a and somebody who's recruited. He's for this dangerous undercover mission. It takes him deep into the world of international crime, right? Using hundreds of identities. He must outwit assassins.
Oh my gosh, this is on my list
and expose a billionaire criminal before a global catastrophe unfolds. It's a high-stakes game of deception where no one is who they seem. And of course, I'm speaking of Pistachio Disguise or Dana Carvey in Master of Disguise. That's where we're going to go for my next one. Yeah, turtle. I'm not turtley enough for the Turtle Club. Everybody knows the turtle scene and everything. Listen, this movie to me feels like it gets 2002, so it's right in that realm of like my nostalgia and comfort film. It feels like as close to a cartoon as I can get in a live action movie. It just is like one big cartoon that's happening the whole time. Dana Carvey in his element, the George Bush impression. He's an impression guy, so he just does a not gonna do it. Like he does all of these great impressions, and they were just like, hey, let's make a movie and kind of use this. But you know, it's a fun movie. To me, it's a blockbuster rental movie. It's one of those ones where it was like, Get your popcorn, just laugh like crazy. The snake charmer is hilarious in this movie. Obviously, the turtle, we know the whole, everybody knows the turtle side of things. But, man, what a fun movie. And I was reading something about this that, he does Scarface in this one, too. I forgot. You know,
Yeah, he does Jaws as well.
So just a fun movie. I do remember actually renting this from Blockbuster, but I was reading up something, and this movie began production like right after 9/11. And apparently there's a story that gets told that right before production, so the first scene that was filmed was the Turtle Club scene. And right before production, the entire cast held a moment of silence to reflect on the tragic happenings, and that's happening while Dana Carvey is in a turtle suit, which is just
oh my god,
so Dana Carvey to happen. and I don't know if you've ever seen the reel online where it's Steve Carell and I forget the other one, but they're reacting to there's this home improvement commercial. They're leading up to a home improvement, previewing the next episode or whatever, and it's somebody's got cancer, and it's this really dark moment. It's super deep. And it says, following the Dana Carvey Diet Pepsi halftime show. No, presented by Mug Root Beer. So I don't know. It was something like Anyway, Dana Carvey is so underappreciated, I think, in the comedy world. Obviously, I'm a Wayne's World guy, so Garth and that whole side of things, stuff, and just everything like that is great. And Church Lady and all of that stuff is fantastic. But
isn't that special?
Isn't that special? But I think he is very underrated in the comedy world, and this movie is just so good. Is it so bad that it's so good? Absolutely, right? I mean, 100% it is, but it is him leaning into everything he does great. I love the name Pistachio Disguisey. I mean, what a great name for a character. But yeah, I'm gonna go with Master of Disguise. It had to be talked about tonight. Dana Carvey.
I mean, did it have to be talked about?
I have to talk about it contractually. I have to talk about it
contractually. Wrote it on my list as a Benjamin, but not one that I would have ever probably gotten to. It was at the very bottom. But I just didn't want to forget it because I wanted to mention it to you if it wasn't mentioned. It was one of those movies that I'm like, Andy's going to mention it. I own this movie, and I own the movie, and I've probably watched it 2 times. I mean, I know the turtle scene. It's a funny movie, but it's just like one of those that I just haven't gone back to. But when I saw it on the list, I was like, because one of the things I did was comedy movies or spy movies that are comedies, because I wanted to kind of really dig into what Andy was going to pick today. And I saw it, and I was like, oh, man, absolutely.
But just so you guys know also, and again, we don't always base everything off of this, but according to the critics on Rotten Tomatoes, Master of Disguise is a 1.
Yep.
What?
It's 1%.
And the audience, there's a gap there, but the audience is a 37, so there's a pretty big gap there.
Hey, Pound Buttons, before you left, I dropped this under you. It wasn't Spy Kids. It was Sin City he left the Actors Guild. Anyways, thanks for the information. But if Pound Buttons is still around, the Rushmore Show subscribed back to a couple of you guys that are in here that I found while we were chatting. So cool. With that being said, thanks for being here.
I'm just watching the trailer on the side because I was trying to relive some of those parts, and I forgot so much about this movie. The villain that's constantly always farting. Some of the stuff like he does on here, it's a tiny winner, it's a big nuts or whatever he says when he's doing it. And it's just all I'm just
Dana Carvey is
oh my gosh, it's just
dude.
I love the Jaws scene where he's like, 3 men get in the water, no men get out,
no men come back. I just watched some. It's I totally forgot about this movie, and I remember having one friend that I'd go over with, and he had like 3 VHSs. This was one of them, and then when we'd get bored from playing video games, we'd just pop this in and just laugh. I swear we probably watched it about 100 times, and it was
I feel
The
like
Turtle
it's the
Club thing is.
it's a definition of the movie of like you know what you're getting into. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I'm in this just to laugh hysterically the whole time, and it's that it does it great.
Good stuff,
That's
man.
so good.
All right, well, listen, maybe change the dial a little bit. I love comedies, but for my next pick, I am going on the far other side of that realm. Andy, you mentioned the bit about Dana Carvey being in the turtle suit at 9/11. 9/11, a year later, I went to Iraq and spent a couple months over there. And my next movie kind of is like the culmination of a lot of what was going down then and what happened shortly after. But I'm going with Zero Dark 30, which is a spy thriller about and it's filmed like a documentary almost, if you will. But it's on the September 11 attacks and the hunt for Osama bin Laden. And this came out in 2013, and I've seen it a couple times. It is to me, I love military movies, but all the military movies that like American Sniper and this and a few of the other ones that zero in, no pun intended, to the time frame that I spent over in, and I don't have PTSD or anything like that, which, speaking of PTSD, if you know somebody with that or you want to follow a really amazing channel, Hammy and Son does that really well, and he's been on the channel a couple times. But when I watch these, they're a really hard watch. They are a very hard watch for the things that not only did I experience, but when I was while I was there and things after. I actually spent time in Iraq during the hunt for Saddam Hussein, and I was there when he got caught. And where I was at the time, we were helping train the Iraqi army, the Iraqi people that were joining our side, and I was a part of helping train them. I didn't do any of the training. I was a part of the battalion that led that initiative. And seeing when we caught him and it going across the news and all the Iraqi people that were there coming out and just rejoicing like a 4th of July block party and playing soccer and rocks with no shoes and just like mind-blowing. I almost wish that I would have been there for this as well, just because I know it was a similar experience. But anyways, the movie portrays the whole, it's a lot of espionage, a lot of information is happening in this, a lot more than the shooting and all of that. A lot of this is about just gathering all the intel that they could to eventually capture bin Laden. So it's a really, as far as this, not nostalgia, but as far as personal movie, I like I like this movie a ton. So I'm going with Zero Dark 30.
Yeah, that's a solid pick for sure. I think I didn't appreciate it when it came out because I was, more like, I thought this was gonna be, Black Hawk Down or whatever.
Right.
But
and that's why I kind of said this one was really based on the intel side more.
Yeah.
So the Black Hawk Down, by the way, was I think my link for my war movies. Andy, what was yours?
My link for war movies?
Star Wars. It was Star Wars. Or was it Mulan?
Forrest Gump. No, my George was Mulan. My George was
Forrest Gump.
Oh yeah. So good segue. Forrest Gump, Mulan, 300, and Star Wars were your top 4 war movies of all time.
Hey, but we still remember them. We're still
yes,
talking.
We do. Yes.
300 is so goated.
You
Of
can't
course, I'll be
even
the one here. I will champion 300 till the cows come home.
Oh yeah, that was a good movie.
I'll champion all 4 of those movies. It's just that was early on in our show, and when
I was setting the tone early. That was the first month
of year 2. We had just done a year, and you came out with that, and I'll never forget.
I was already. I had, like they can't fire me. I had one of that. I had that whole mentality. I was like,
hey, Prime,
really conservative. Like I want people to like me. Year 2, it was like, yeah, whatever, move on.
I'm here.
Yeah, I'm here for it. Hey, I just want to say hello to Prime. Prime, dude, we miss you around here. Good to see you every time you show up. All right. Troy was also very good. Yes. So anyway, Zero Dark 30 was my link pick today. Personal reasons. Tough movie compared to what the other movies we've had. But yeah. All right. So Zach, you are up.
All right.
This is your George, the number one.
This is the George
of all time.
So, all right. I mean, I alluded to it earlier. I could have named 20 different Bond movies. I could have, picked a whole bunch of movies from different franchises and stuff like that. So obviously, when you say spy movies, you can't not discuss James Bond. This is like, if you look up spy movies, probably in the dictionary or anything like that, one of the many James Bonds will pop up. Now, the trick was to finding which one plays the best for me. What is the one that stands out the most when somebody says James Bond? This is the movie I think of, and I had to go with for England, James. GoldenEye is my George.
Yeah.
That is my all-time favorite. I remember just being a kid when this came out, and like a lot of people will be like, okay, well, yeah, Iowa Retro Gamer Dad, he picked it because it's dubbed as one of the best whatever shooters or whatever on the N64. Everybody played it growing up and stuff like that, and that did play a little bit of a role into it. But a lot of people don't understand that a lot of the GoldenEye, the game itself, I think came out over a year. It's one of the few games that was based off movies that came out way later on, and I think they had a small team working on it, and it revolutionized the gaming and stuff like that, especially with the small team that was doing it. So that did at the point when I was in my childhood, because I never had an N64. I had a buddy who had one, and we were playing that all the time.
You didn't miss anything.
Get out of here. Get out of here with your slander, Kirk.
Anyway, so yeah, then when I finally got around to watching the movie, and a lot of people always, a question that we always had fun asking people to kind of determine age was, hey, it's kind of like the Batman joke. Who's your favorite Batman, or who's your favorite James Bond? And you can almost be like, okay, well, mine's Sean Connery. Okay, well, then you must be this age. Or mine's favorite one was Pierce Brosnan. Well, then you must have been this age, and so on and so forth and stuff like that. And for the longest time, to me, that was like when I would talk about James Bond, it would be Pierce Brosnan. And, I talked earlier about Mrs. Doubtfire, and I remember seeing him in that movie and being like, oh, my God, James Bond's in this movie and stuff like that. And, I mean, the movie is just amazing. It's got everything that you need. It's got agents, double agents, triple agents, everything that goes along with that. It's got, him going after the other girl there. And then, in the end that he just all the scenes and everything in it. Not only that, the gadgets. It's just the gadgets. Every James Bond movie has to have amazing gadgets. It's got to cool cars. In that pen scene, when Boris has that pen and he's just clicking it and he's flipping it around and he's clicking it or whatever like that. And then, James Bond's just like watching, waiting for him to do it just right. And then he finally does. And like I said, it was just comparing it to the game, but then watching it as a movie, I still have to go back and watch it every few years just because it's one of those movies that just doesn't shut down. And with the fear of technology nowadays and all the stuff that could happen, the fact that there could essentially be a death ray from a satellite is not so much science fiction as one would have believed back then. And that was the same earlier when we talked about Kingsman, that just the options of having stuff like that could really affect. But nowadays, if you'd watch it, I think it would hold up very well. So my George had to be GoldenEye.
This is a great pick. Fantastic. And when I think of James Bond, for the longest time, it was Pierce Brosnan as well.
Yep.
So I'm right there with you.
Yep.
I think Daniel Craig is a really great one.
Oh yeah.
Idris Elba would be fantastic, is what we've always said, though. But
That's and it's funny. It's funny that you said that, because when they were talking about newer ones, I mean, he's already British to himself. It was like, and he's just has that rugged good look and just the.
Have you ever seen Luther? That solves it for me. You watch that show Luther that he played in.
Idris Elba was in The Office for quite a few while. He was the
Ryan says he's stuck in the 80s. Timothy Dalton for him, and Timothy Dalton's great. I will say this: I've seen so many Bond films, but I can't remember many Bond films. I remember as a kid. So like I was born in '78, so 80s was my range. So Timothy Dalton for sure. I remember when Pierce Brosnan kind of re-brought the role. My dad was a Sean Connery guy. My dad, what was the other guy's name? Robert, what was his name?
Oh,
the other guy. Anyways, my dad loved all those guys. I remember watching these films, but not really watching them, but they were like ambiance of the room while I'm playing G.I. Joe or whatever with my dad watching them. And it's just not something that I ever really got into. GoldenEye I've seen, and just the same reason. Because of the video game, because of all that, you kind of, well, what's this about? Let me watch this and let me see. And it is a good film. If we were going to do just Bond films, this obviously was probably one that was on my Rushmore today. I don't know if it would have been number one. I have watched more of the Daniel Craig stuff recently than any of the other stuff, and I like almost all of them. I really do enjoy those films. But this is a great pick, obviously.
Roger Moore. Roger Moore was the other one.
A single Bond movie. That doesn't surprise me, Kevin, that you have never watched a Bond movie. But yeah, I mean,
there's a really good Bond game on the N64, Kevin. There's a couple really good ones, actually.
Tomorrow Never Dies.
The wrong guy. You know he don't like the 64.
Well, maybe
Tomorrow Never Dies was only on the PS1. The World Is Not Enough was the blue cart.
Yeah, that's what it is. The blue, the blue cart. Yep, that's what it was. I think I had a PS1 growing up, and that's what I had. Tomorrow Never Dies.
Speaking of the N64 one, I've had it behind me all the time.
Yeah.
Been rolling.
Best music in the game, right there.
I've actually, fun fact, I've met the entire staff who made the game.
Because it was very small, wasn't it? It was like 6 people, or
and one of them is David Doak. He was like head composer, and he was head of the studio at the time.
The pause screen.
Yeah, they went off. They separated from Rare and made Time Splitters and and all that.
Yep.
But great dudes, and they played a lot. They played music from like Donkey Kong 64 and GoldenEye and whatnot, like on stage. It was so cool to see. They're sweethearts. They're
So at Louisiana RetroCon, Rocky, Andy and I got to interview them. Those guys.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And along with Princess Peach and Bowser, they were there too. That same one.
Yeah.
And the guy who had the largest Sonic the Hedgehog collection, if that makes sense. Anyways,
to the next level.
No, not him.
No. Oh, okay.
The guy that actually holds the record.
Jeez, that's crazy.
The Guinness.
Yeah, I've met I had a few beers with David Wise and David Doak and Kevin Bayless. They're all just great dudes. They have no idea. Like, I know they get the praise, but they have no idea just how influential their music was.
Shinobi agrees. Pierce is always his Bond.
Yeah. I mean, there's that meme that was going around where it was like, hey man, for the pause screen, we just need something kind of a little chill, something relaxed. We don't need something not very hard. He's like, I got you, and he starts playing it, and they're all like, great. Oh, yeah.
What's even better than that is that same guy, or at least somebody else, kind of like stole from it, and has done that for several other games now. Like whether it's a pause screen or a level or something.
Yeah,
that same one you're talking about.
It's like the guy who like walks in the door and he's like, "Hey man, I'm on the phone with the execs. We need something, you know."
You know, it's a Disney movie. It's about a lion, and it's just something chill, like Elton John or something. We just need something chill or whatever like this. And he's out there with a flaming piano, just
But no, GoldenEye is honestly, GoldenEye is it's so goated as a movie. I think maybe it's a little nostalgia glasses, rose-colored glasses, whatever you may call it. But when you were talking about like the things that hold up about it, it's like, you know, there could be a crazy, you know, thing shooting down from a satellite. A satellite itself could be a weapon. You know, that was a thing in another movie, another espionage movie. But
they were gonna blow it up again at a certain spot, which would cause like an EMP or something. It was
exactly, and then too, like with Tomorrow Never Die, or no, was it The World Is Not Tomorrow Never Dies? Was the next Pierce Brosnan one that had the multimedia mogul, which is like now, and it's actually a thing, you know. So it's crazy to see like these spy movies and espionage movies from yesteryear be even more relevant today.
All you gotta do is go watch some of the original Star Trek, and you'll be like, "Oh wait, we actually have that."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we got smartphones now.
We got smartphones. We just need to beam you up.
Yeah. Well, good stuff. All right, so that was the George there. Now let's go, Nick. Here we go, Rocky. What is your number one spy movie of all time? I'm excited for this one.
Yeah. So again, keeping it outside of the box, under the radar for most people. It's no surprise. I mean, you can kind of look at me. You think I'm kind of like a gym bro, this, that, whatever, right? Kind of machismo, this and that. Action sports through and through. You know, I grew up racing BMX. I was a sponsored skater by the time I was 12. So on and so forth, right? This carries over a previous director and actor from another movie that I mentioned earlier. And again, this one fits the bill to a T, and I think it's overlooked severely. And this film is none other than Triple X, starring Vin Diesel, directed by Rob Cohen.
Yes!
Cue the Rammstein. Let's get to it, right? Triple X is through and through the action sports James Bond. Again, I think this film gets a bad rap just because it stars Vin Diesel and it's from 2002. But the thing is, this movie does spy action and thrills better, in my opinion, than any James Bond movie ever did. Any Bourne Ultimatum movie or Bourne Identity through and through, in my humble opinion. Now, you've got this guy who's kind of like this protege, underground action sports guy. He's giving it to the man. You know, the opening scene is incredible. You see a guy who's like James Bond in a suit and whatnot, going into a Rammstein concert, running from the villains. You know, you got the fire and the pyro going on and stuff. And then you see this sniper with a cigarette in his mouth, just casually on a balcony in this concert, gets down and boom, takes out the bad guy. And then now we're introduced to Xander Cage. You're in the Xander zone. You see him steal a nice 2002 Corvette from a state senator. You know, it's Hotchkiss, you know. And he freaking launches it off of this giant bridge. You got Tony Hawk there. You got Matt Hoffman. You know, you got Rick Thorne, BMX legend there. They're all filming it and going crazy. And the car blows up, and, you know, and he goes off, and, you know, they're selling the tapes, you know, underground. You know, you got this old R&B rapper girl named Eve there. She's his manager, so on and so forth. And then special forces come in, raid his party, just as he says he's untouchable, you know. And then you get this crazy, wild montage or the scene of them being tested and whatnot. The cafe scene, the diner scene in particular, is great, you know. And then all of a sudden you see, like, wow, this guy's not just a reckless meathead. You know, he saw the waitress in high heels. He's like, there's no way this chick is wearing high heels, you know, in the diner industry for 8 hours a day. He goes, I see this guy reading the New York Times Stock Exchange is closed on a Sunday, but yeah, sure. You know, you got all this stuff. But the entire movie is a thrill ride. And it introduced me to a genre of music that I never knew existed, you know, with like the club techno scene, and then you got Rammstein as well. And of course, I was a kid growing up on action sports. You know, my dad raced BMX. I was in BMX. I was skating. You know, I loved Rocket Power on Nickelodeon growing up, and you know, and this whole thing it hit all of the things for me as little Nicky, sitting in the movie theater at 11 years old, just going like, oh, I want to be him when I grow up. I want to be this guy, and you've got all the cool gadgets, they got his car loaded up with everything that should be in like a freaking Twisted Metal movie.
Yes.
The also plot twists in this film are incredible. You've got that Czech police officer who was actually, ticked off at Xander Cage, so he turns sides, and then you find out this girl who's a part of the Anarchy 99 group, who's actually another undercover agent who's been kind of forgotten about and left behind, and so many cool stunts and just one-liners. It's so good. You also got Danny Trejo as well, wielding a machete, but that's a different character. There's a line in this movie in particular that I loved, where Xander Cage is hung up, in that barn when they're at the farm, the Coke farm, and he goes, this smells like real blood. And you look at they do a little closer image at the machete, and you're like, yeah, there's a little bit of hair on that too, and some other stuff, and that's when they're like, oh, this is real. And the whole thing is crazy. You've also got Sam Jackson in the movie as well. Yes. As Frankenstein, as he calls him. It's such a good movie. It almost makes you again kind of sympathetic towards the villains of the film. They were Russian special forces. They saw how they were just being treated as, cannon fodder and so on and so forth. And they wanted to reset the world essentially. And, there's a line in particular too, where Xander Cage goes, next time you want to send somebody to save the world, make sure they like it the way it is first. Yeah. Or make sure they don't like it the way it is. Something along those lines. But it is just such a good movie. It's a nonstop thrill ride from start to finish, and it covers all the bases of what you need for a spy film.
I love this, man. Extreme sports. It was everything early 2000s. I love your mention of rocket power, by the way, because I've brought that up quite a bit. Squid.
Wiggity woo.
So this is a great one. I love that Vin Diesel's been mentioned a few times tonight in spy movies of all things, which is really cool. Because my George is the Iron Giant. No, I'm just kidding.
Superman.
For another day, it could be a George something for sure. But this is a great movie. Everything you said. I mean, you just do it perfect. You're a regular. You're just a natural in the show. I love it.
Hey, so early 2000s, I was like a Vin Diesel groupie, and so I like the fact that you've brought those two on. I loved a lot of Vin Diesel movies. Man Apart is one of my favorite movies from that time.
Still fingers crossed we get a new Riddick one of these days.
He's working on it.
We talked about Riddick a couple weeks ago. I don't remember what episode it was. I went right after it and watched Pitch Black. And then so I do appreciate.
I often pull up the old Street Sharks commercial with it.
Oh yeah, it's great. Black leather vest on, just
wasn't there a breakdancing video too or something?
Let me just say, I didn't have. And I'm here for it. I didn't have these movies pegged tonight because the original conversation was Bond.
Yeah.
And then, hey, let's do Bond movies. And I felt, okay, like these guys like Bond. They're going to be real heavy on the Bond-like movies. I like that we veered off. Remember, I said I like to give my top 8. I had XXX at 9. This was my, in case one gets taken, I'm pulling in XXX. Because I love that movie. I remember buying it, the DVD, and like it was one of those that was just stayed in the DVD player for a while.
Oh yeah,
for all the reasons. This is an Expendables type movie. This is a Kingsman. This is it's just adrenaline. It's high action. I don't have to think too much. And I enjoyed the heck out of this movie. And I mean, early 2000s, it hits every box, the sports, the chicks, the whatever that, back then. And so I appreciate it. And I wouldn't have had you pegged for this. Listen, not because it doesn't belong there, just because of how the conversation started in the chat. I didn't realize we were going to go this route, and I love it. I love it. It's so good.
There's a line in the movie where he's testing out the weapons, right? With not the field agent, but the weapons tech guy, and he's showing him like the explosive Band-Aid and this and that. But Vin Diesel picks up that pistol that can have a bunch of different kind of rounds in it, and he goes, the guy goes, "Wow, you're really handy with that." And he goes, "Yeah, when I broke my leg and so on, I was in a cast for a while, so I got really good at first person shooters." And when you think about that line back then, like first person shooters were god awful back then, like really bad. But I love that he is also a gamer,
Yeah.
Man,
that's a great choice.
All right, Andy, what's George?
All right. Is there any doubt that this is the greatest one?
I can't believe it hadn't been mentioned yet, but okay.
Yeah, it's got to happen today. I'm going to go with a movie that is just, man, everything. As much as I love everything that I mentioned tonight, this movie is so good. I've seen these so many times, and there's multiple in this series of movies, but I'm going to just go to where it all began. And I'm going to ask you to give me $1 million. Austin Powers, International Man of Mystery is going to be my one. I could have gone Spy Who Shagged Me. I could have gone Goldmember. I could have gone multiple different routes there. But
get in my belly.
This is the one I always go back to. One of the scenes that dude, almost every scene in this movie die laughing in. But the scene where he gets stuck in the cart, the truck, 50-point turn, there's no lines. And it's the funniest scene of all time. The fact that he's like looking back in his car, everything is so brilliant in this one. The whole $1 million, like that's not really a lot anymore. Yeah. Love Dr. Evil. He wants sharks with freaking laser beams attached to their head.
There's so much to ask.
Oh, yeah. There's we have mutated sea bass. Dude,
okay.
So I love. This is right in my realm of movies. Michael Myers. Obviously, when Dana Carvey.
I was just about to say, I love how you put Wayne's World as your
but I absolutely love. I think that Michael Myers is another guy that's criminally underrated in the comedy scene. I think maybe a little bit less than Dana Carvey, just because he's been in more. But I will say, Dr. The fact that he's playing multiple of these roles is right in that SNL realm. Yeah, and then you add in characters later. But I love the whole zip it, him and Seth Green. Like, dude, would you like a suckle of my zipple? Dude, I mentioned it back a while back where I used to burn CDs, and there was one CD in particular that I had, and it was just quotes from Billy Madison. Track after track that was just quotes like "Stop looking at me, Swan!" Like all those things. But I had Austin Powers quotes too on there, and the whole scene with the sharks with laser beams in their head, and I absolutely love this movie. It is so funny. It's another one that's just spoofing all of these classic spy type movies. It's funny because Dr. Evil was actually a character that was created based on Lorne Michaels from Saturday Night Live, in a very extreme, obviously, sense there. Yeah. But I love the whole crazy, horrible teeth that Austin has.
Yeah.
I love how baby. They just so over the top, so hilarious. But I promise you, if you've not seen this movie, where have you been? First of all, but also there's not a scene that you watch that you just don't laugh. And I'm going to pull up scenes from other movies, but how many times, Kirk, do we say, "Who does number 2 work for?" That's right. You tell him.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. We'll get through this together.
It's so funny. The baby back rib scene.
Yeah.
I mean, I just love it. So Austin Powers. I'm gonna, if I had to pick one, I'm gonna go International Man of Mystery just because it's the first one. But you can't go wrong with any of them. I love gold. I mean, you can't.
Yes, his pleasure.
Yeah.
How many times do you? I always say it like a toiga. Like
she's toyed like a toiger.
Yes. Toyed like a toiga.
Oh yes, that's a keeper. When he peels his skin,
put it in the box.
So bad.
Yeah,
I
put it in the box.
Also, one of the scene, I think it's in Goldmember, but is that the one where Dr. Evil kind of like starts teaming up with Austin?
Yeah.
So when they're climbing up the ladder, Dr. Evil, I always knew that you were crazy, but now I see you're nuts.
Oh, thank you.
Dude, I was waiting for it, but those were the best parts of those movies when they were like, "Hey, look at that!" And then they would say something, and they'd be like, "Oh!" And then it would be another thing.
Yeah, I was going to say that's my favorite joke. Look at the size of that, Johnson. What are you doing over there?
It's skirting around every way without saying this.
I love when they showed at like the peak of the Osbournes show.
Yeah,
I think it was in the second movie or maybe the third where they had Ozzy and the family sitting on the couch, and they go to them. It looks like a giant racket. Boobs. These people are boobs.
Yeah,
it's type movie.
I just you were talking about that golf cart scene, and I laughed because it was we had a guy at work one time. We drive forklifts and stuff for certain areas, and I asked him, I was training him. I was like, "You familiar with the forklift? Do I need to show you everything?" No. I've been driving forklifts for years. I'm like, "Okay, so there's a truck here. We're gonna unload him. I'm gonna go get the door open. You just slowly come down, bring the forklift down there, and we'll get it taken care of." Well, I'm down at the end of the doorway, and I'm waiting. I'm like, man, it's been about a couple minutes. What's taking so long?
Hey,
and I come walking back around the corner.
Games, welcome in, man. Welcome in.
I come walking around the corner, and he is sitting there doing about a 72-point turn with the forklift.
Oh.
And he's like, I'm like, the back wheels are how you steer, and he's just like, yeah, I got it. Just a sec. And I'm just like, oh man, in my head, I'm playing that scene from Austin Powers. He's like, turn around, looking that he's not backing into stuff. And I'm just like, just let me do it.
Hey,
that same
so I have a confession to make. I was going to have Austin Powers in my top 4. And I was like, no, because Andy might go Austin Powers. And then he might go Spy Kids. In my mind, I'm like, knowing Andy, he could do all 3 Powers movie and Spy Kids. Yeah. And I wanted to go 8 for 8. So I put it at like a 9 or 10 with Triple X. I was like, dude, if it makes it there, I'm 100% going to take it. But I knew it was going to take it today.
I love the scene too. One more scene where he's driving the steamroller or whatever, and the guy's like, "No!" He's like, "No, move!" And then they zoom out like,
it's like 1 mile an hour.
Yeah.
Or when they're in the tent. No, they're in the tent. They're trying to put stuff in that bag, and he's bent over, and it makes it look like she's pulling it out of his. Like he's bent over, like she's pulling it out of him. And he's like, "Oh no!" And then it's dropping.
The naked
for this movie is just brilliant.
Oh, the Naked Gun walked, so Austin Powers could run.
Yeah,
exactly right.
And good. Oh, and in the beginning scene, I laughed as a kid when they unthaw him and he pees for like 5 minutes.
Oh,
he's just like, and he keeps taking us. And they're like, okay, he's done, and then he starts going again. Yeah. And they're like, oh, dang.
Or when they give him his belongings after he's caught out, and he's like, I swear that's not mine, baby.
It's not mine, baby.
It's not mine.
Austin, use this. I swear, baby, it's not mine. No, on him. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's
good.
And then to talk about like just the Michael Myers needs a lot more love than he gets. So I Married an Axe Murderer is a fantastic movie too.
Move,
Shrek.
Yeah, he's got a heat on him. He's gonna cry himself to sleep on a huge pillow.
Dude. Yeah, that was like Shrek before Shrek. You know, that
Yeah,
was like his
yeah.
test run.
Hans!
Yeah. Ed, move! I tell my daughter that all the time.
I
Or
mean,
whoever's in the passenger seat.
If you're
when I'm
the
driving.
guy that comes in and revives a role that was supposed to be Chris Farley's,
Yeah.
you're pretty funny.
Yeah, for sure.
I think they just announced too they're making the fourth, or they're going to start making
Yeah,
a fourth.
all the people are having a heart attack
Five,
about it
yep.
because the trailer that came out doesn't look the same.
It's they've redesigned the characters.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm talking about Austin Powers.
I was talking about Shrek.
because they just did
He's on a commercial, like a Verizon commercial.
Verizon,
Yep.
So they've done, I think, like 3 different commercials in the last 3 to 4 years. But then on an interview with on Trevor Noah's podcast, Michael Myers was asked, "Is there going to be another Austin Powers?" Immediately, without hesitation, he said yes.
Yep. So that's cool.
Yeah.
I hope they do it right.
crazy to see.
I want a Wayne's World 3 is what I really want.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Music in a Spotify era or something.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
I feel like
That's
we could do something.
Still got the Murphmobile and they're putting cassettes in, and it's like, why don't you just stream it?
Yeah. Something like they're trying to get into. Yeah. Anyway, it would be fantastic. All right.
As them as old guys, they could look like Iggy Pop.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
But they're still both here. Why not do it?
Hey man, so
I call
all right,
Iggy Pop the melted man.
I'm gonna I'll finish the mountains off.
Bizarro Anthony Kiedis.
Yeah.
I'll finish our mountains off today so we can get in our next part. And man, we've already cracked 2 hours. So we're having a great time. So the good news is I don't need to talk that much because we've already talked. And I actually am surprised this movie was mentioned. I am crushing with Zach, and I'm going Spies Like Us.
Hey.
Oh, nice.
It's my favorite comedy spy movie of all time.
Doctor.
There are a few others, the Doctor, and I mentioned it. I'm just Rocky. I know you said you're not a Chevy Chase guy. In the 80s, I loved Chevy Chase, whether it was Fletch or Spies Like Us or The Vacations or any of the other movies in between. Nothing But Trouble. But when he pieces together with Dan Aykroyd, like you mentioned, Andy, the Bill Murrays of the world, all of the SNL improv that went in. I'm just a huge fan. I wanted to love like Chevy Chase later more when he was like in Community and all these other things, and I couldn't really get into that. But I am a sucker for the old school stuff, and mainly because it brings me back to watching movies like this with my dad. This is my dad kind of comedy. He loved it. I can literally see my dad sitting in the recliner watching this movie and like being in tears trying to talk, and moments like the doctor part, and that was just the comedy that hung around late 70s, mid 80s. And man, this is it. This is it for me. So when I pulled up, I was like, well, Austin Powers is a great movie, but this is more my speed. So I'm going with Spies Like Us. And I thought that was going to be a one-time mention today. So I don't really have to talk about it as much, but we could jump into the second part to kind of catch up some time because we have been hanging out. And we actually started a little later. So our next segment, we like to call it All About the Benjamins. And Andy, I've even got some Benjamins here.
Whoa.
Yeah, I got All About the Benjamins. The reason we call it the Benjamins is because we heard 225 episodes ago. I was like, what can we have to do for another segment? I kind of went looking around. And apparently somebody thought Benjamin Franklin would be a good fifth head on the mountain to be added. Well, it missed the mountain. So we're going to talk about literally what missed our mountain. Now, guys, if you've been around here, we do this as a game style. It's a draft order. It's the same order in the first round. So it's Zach, Rocky, Andy, me. But it goes me, Andy, Rocky, Zach, and then Zach, Rocky, Andy, me, Rocky, or me, Andy, Rocky, Zach. You're going to finish. So Zach, you're going to get the first pick and the last pick. I get 2 back-to-back picks at the end, Andy and I always switch per series. So next series, Andy will be at the end and I'll be in the middle. But yeah, here's the thing. None of the movies that we've mentioned can be mentioned already. So Austin Powers is gone. Any of that is gone. GoldenEye's gone. You can mention any other movie that has not been mentioned, but once it's mentioned, it's gone. So you're trying to build your best list left with what's available. And I like to try and not have any of mine taken. So that's kind of where I've been going lately. Zach, you're up first. What just missed your mountain? Oh, and by the way, we don't have to talk the whole thing out on the Benjamin side. Basically just why the movie, why, and why would you pick it? And then we'll kind of really quickly chat and keep it moving.
So just missed my mountain. This was one that kind of popped up and it had Spy in the name, so I had to go with it. But the I Spy movie with Eddie Murphy and Owen Wilson.
Nice. I didn't know that one was going to get mentioned today. I had that DVD too. That's a funny movie.
Yep. I always remember that scene. It's like, I can't remember what they're calling it. What is it, the switch knife or the switchblade? He's like, I think they should call it the leafy bug. Why don't you call it the leafy bug? Because it has a camouflage.
Owen Wilson combination has got to be good. It's just
oh my god, she's a triple agent or something, and they got
quadruple
agent.
Femke Jensen, who played Jean Grey in the X-Men movie.
Yes. She was the one that Owen Wilson was obsessed with and he was trying to impress, and then he finally kind of got her. Yeah, and then she ends up being like a quadruple agent or something.
Yeah. So Rocky, what missed your mountain? What's your first pick?
So I've got quite the list here. I think I'm gonna go.
Let me give you the best order of going at it. You don't always have to pick the best or the best one. Yeah. Just know that Andy and I are after you, and what type of movies Andy might be picking.
Right.
So you don't take it. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. So I'm actually going to go with something that's not quite a movie, but a series. Does that count?
Yeah, that works.
Okay. So I'm going with Amazon Prime's Jean-Claude Van Johnson.
Dude, that is something I wanted to watch. Is it really that good?
Yeah,
it is that good. It's a one season ordeal. Jean-Claude Van Damme plays.
It's like him playing himself or something like that.
So he is himself. He is an actor. You know, it is very meta. So it's him. But this show alludes to the idea that certain actors are also secret agents.
Oh,
and so his real name is Jean-Claude Van Johnson, and he is an undercover agent, does espionage for the government by the guise of filming on location. So yeah. It's absolutely hilarious. He also plays another character in the show named Philippe, and they run into each other and they have like a time cop moment where, they're like, wait, you look just like me and I look just like you. And he goes, if you're really Jean-Claude Van Damme, what's your favorite, or if you're really me, what's your favorite time travel movie? And Jean-Claude Van Damme says Looper with Bruce Willis. And Philippe goes, I know you're not really me because the best time travel movie is Time Cop starring Jean-Claude Van Damme. and every time Jean-Claude brings up a movie, every time Jean-Claude brings up a movie, he always goes, yes, like Lionheart starring Jean-Claude Van Damme. It's so good. It's so good. You got to see it.
There's two impacts, double impact.
I want to watch that. I didn't know that was the exact premise, though. That sounds fun.
I just had to add it to my watch list because I want to watch that.
It's so good.
A huge Jean-Claude Van
Damme. All right, Andy, go.
Yeah. All right. So, let's do this way because I like where I can go with this one. I'm gonna just be myself. You know what I mean? I'm just gonna be me, and I'm gonna trust that me will get all four that I need to get here. But I am gonna pick the one that I feel like maybe somebody would pick before I did. This one, according to Ranker.com, is the fourth best comedy spy movie. I'm going Arnold Schwarzenegger in True Lies.
Oh, that's a good one.
That was
did I knock one of the 8 out? Did I do it?
Yes, that was my next pick.
Yeah, that was I had that one right there too. My next one.
That's how you play the game, fellas.
Yeah.
Concrete was his enemy.
He was the only one that
dance for me.
felt like he was going to go for. So yeah, True Lies.
The premise of that movie making fun of itself.
Yes.
In and itself, like it is like such just making fun. Like I can remember as a kid, like my dad being like, "Are you kidding me? Nobody's getting shot in this movie," or like whatever. And it does all of those tropes, like the Uzi going down and like killing every. Anyways, love that movie. Now I have to dig a little deeper because that was my first pick of the draft.
Yes, I did it.
Yeah, you did it. You did it. So I'm going to go with another one that is pretty funny. I love this movie. The cast is amazing. I added it today. But I'm going with The Retired Spies. I'm going Red.
Dang it.
Yeah. Red with Morgan Freeman, Willis, all those guys. I love that movie.
He's doing pretty good for being on acid for 20 years or whatever that one scene is.
And even Red 2, I enjoyed Red 2 as well. But that movie was awesome. Out of these two that's left, I guess this will probably be the one that's picked easiest. But I love the I love the Jack Ryan series, and my favorite of the Jack Ryan series. I could go any route. I like almost all of them, but my favorite is Clear and Present Danger with Harrison Ford. Just a really awesome movie. But Jack Ryan's a cool series. Me and my wife are actually watching the Amazon one or the whatever it is right now, going through it. But that's going to be
my guy from The Office.
Yeah, the guy from The Office. So, all right, that's my two picks. Now I'm going to go find me another.
All right, so back to me. I'm going to do this one because I don't think it'll get picked. However, if anyone did pick it, because he's been going out of left field, it would be the very next person on here. I don't think it's on your list, but since you just opened up the can of worms to series out there,
okay.
Call me, beat me if you want to reach me. Give me Kim Possible.
Oh, my.
That's a good one. I didn't have that.
I mean, I didn't think it was going to be picked, but if we can open it up to series, let's do it. Why not?
You know what?
Next you're going to pick Plary Platypus or something.
Hey, shush. Anyway, Kim Possible. We got to go Kim Possible.
The Nacho. It's the nacho and taco combo.
Yes.
Yeah. So next up, I think I'm next, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So next up for me, I'm going to say this before anyone else says it because it might not even get said, but I'm going to say it because of the guy who just went before me. Rowan Atkinson's debut as an action star, Johnny English.
Yes.
Oh.
Johnny English was so good. I was a giant Mr. Bean fan growing up.
I
don't know
Bean
how.
on HBO. Gosh.
Yeah, I don't know how or why, but I was indoctrinated to British humor from a very young age with Monty Python and the Flying Circus and, Monty Python Holy Grail. And then that got me into Mr. Bean and so on and so forth. So when I first heard about this movie in the dial-up days, I had to go see it opening day at the movie theaters. My parents took me, and I could not stop laughing. Such a great film. Such a good film. And honestly, the sequels are just as good.
I love Rowan Atkinson.
Rat Race
is one of my favorite movies.
It's
of all time. It's a race. He's like, this out.
Yeah.
Dude, I love Rowan Atkinson. Watching Mr. Bean on HBO, like late 80s, early 90s, was a huge thing.
Yeah.
So, good pick.
Mr. Bean, the Black Adder, all of it, so good.
The lady in the movie is Natalie Imbruglia. Torn.
Oh my
Really?
God. Yes.
What a bang.
We've talked about several movies that have some femme fatales in them. I had the biggest crush on Femke Jensen as well as Natalie Imbruglia as a 90s kid.
Well, I will say this, as Michelle Rodriguez, you mentioned Fast and the Furious.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. I was struck.
Yeah.
But all right, well, Zach, you get
I
two
would
picks.
not pick this one. I would not. You're safe from me because I'm not a British comedy guy.
Oh yeah, he doesn't like British.
Okay.
I just don't
But
get
Zach,
it. It
you're
doesn't
up.
register for some reason in my head. I don't know what it is.
All right.
Beans and toast, man.
Guys, the problem of peas with your food. What in the world? Get out of here. Yeah. Anyway, but I respect it. All right. So Zach, you get back to back. Back to back for Zach Schnack.
Yeah. So the first one I'd have to go with it because when this comes down to it, I talked about Bond movies. Well, I'm going to throw one in my Benjamin because this is probably, like we said earlier, I like Daniel Craig. I like some of this, but this is probably one of my more favorite Bond movies in general, and that was Casino Royale when they brought it back, and just how they added more depth to his character. Like afterwards, when she, at the end, it's just typical stuff. But when he actually falls in love with a woman, it shows how broken he is afterwards. After that, how he kind of goes to that womanizer because he doesn't want to get close to any girl ever again, and all the stuff with that. And yeah, you said the bleeding eye, the scene where he's in the chair and they're
Well, I will say this, Zach. I'm surprised it lasted this long. That was number one on almost any modern list I could find.
Yeah, it's just.
I mean, value pick at 6. I mean,
that's a big value.
That's just how out of left field we've gone with this list. But the fact that Casino
if we would have did just Bond movies like originally, this would have been probably my top one. Would have been, but GoldenEye I just feel as it's so much special to me for the list itself. But yeah, and then my second one, we mentioned Val Kilmer earlier. Well, from the makers of Airplane and some of the goofy comedy ones like that came the movie Top Secret,
dude.
Where
I have that on my list.
Top Secret.
Yeah, So I mean, he plays
in the horse or the cow or whatever.
Yep. It's just everything. Like I haven't watched the movie in many years, but I remember watching that and just loving at everything about him because he was always in those movies where he did very serious, but he also did comedies so well. And it just
Rocky
I remember
was saying earlier, Naked Gun walked so Austin Powers can run.
Yep.
Top Secret was what walked for Naked Gun to run. I mean, Top Secret was so hilarious, and oh gosh. We have often beat around the bush to talk about doing a slapstick comedy episode, just slapstick comedies. This is probably considered on at least an honorable mention or on the mountain.
Yep, just a great movie. Like I said, I just love those quick little jokes here and here, and like too, like this stuff was like stuff that walks some movies like Scary Movie and stuff later on. Those huge spoof movies could come out. So this was, loved it.
Go.
So I had Casino Royale on this list as well. This easily, if we were being more critical, that would have gone on my actual Mount Rushmore, right? But as far as favorites go, So I'm going to bring up another movie that I don't think anyone's going to say. So this is Jackie Chan's debut in North America. This is the one and only Jackie Chan's First Strike. This is a part of the Super Cop series. He plays an undercover, Hong Kong police agent down in Australia trying to find a missing partner. It introduces, Jackie Chan's awesome stunts as well as the quirkiness, the comedy aspects of everything, and also, I forgot the guy's name. He was in the WWE for a very brief moment, but he's the big guy in Troy.
Oh my gosh.
I can't remember his name and it's bothering me.
Oh God.
Come on, Google. Don't fail me now.
The kind of guy in the beginning that plays the Goliath kind of guy.
Nathan Jones, thank you.
Yep.
Nathan Jones is also in this movie as one of the henchmen. This movie has some of the most wild stunts I've ever seen, including Jackie Chan like 30 plus stories up, jumping from balcony to balcony at this hotel. Absolutely awesome movie. If you haven't seen it, see it. You also get to see Jackie Chan's butt.
Can't wait. I love Jackie Chan. There's a lot of Jackie Chan I love Jackie Chan, but there's a ton of Jackie Chan I've never seen. And obviously, because he had almost like a whole nother career overseas before he actually took over.
When we talked about Jean-Claude Van Damme earlier, he in Street Fighter, the Jackie Chan as Chun-Li scene is really great.
Oh my god!
Yeah, I forgot that's a part of another super. I think it's another part of a super cop movie, but yeah, epic.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
I think I'm pretty safe now for the rest of mine. I got a couple to pick from, so I'm good. I'm going to do this one because it has to be mentioned today for sure, and I'm getting it at my 7 now, which is really awesome. It was mentioned way early. I think Mystically's mentioned it in the chat. It'll be my second time mentioning this guy, Steve Carell. Let's go Get Smart.
Yep.
Get Smart. I mean, it's just great. It's hilarious.
Good. I mean, that's a fantastic pick. Well, I'm gonna do it. That movie that I said, hey, I wonder if it's gonna be mentioned today or whatever. I'll bring that one up as my last one because after hearing y'all's picks, it's definitely a spy movie. So, but my first one,
I don't know if that's a compliment or insult.
The first one is this is a movie I've only seen probably 2 or 3 times, not very much. I own it, or I owned it back in the day when you burned DVDs. I probably rented it and burned it, and but this movie was surprisingly good. It feels like an independent film, but it's just so good. And it's a movie called Hannah, and it is a girl that is a secret spy, taught all the ins and outs, and she's on the run. Her dad's like CIA, and she is just like invincible as this kid, a young lady. Yeah. What a cool movie! I every time I ever think about it, I see it. I thought about it yesterday, and I was like, oh man, I got to watch that again. And then my last one, which is the one that I thought, oh, if anybody's going to say this, it's Andy today. And I can't believe it did. Well, I mean, I can't believe it didn't get mentioned because I saw it in one list of spy movies. And I was like, it's got to be it. I'm going with The Men in Black.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh.
So I guess, I mean, yeah.
Spies.
Yeah,
you know,
I love the pick.
It was in a list of the greatest spy weapons of all time, and they had the neuralizer.
Wow.
Neuralizer.
They didn't have the noisy cricket. I love it,
dude. I didn't even think about
Agent
that.
K.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. No, we watched. I remember that when it came out, and we saw that in theaters as a kid, and I just remember that scene and just loved Will Smith in it at that time. Obviously, he was at the hype of everything, and then just at the end when he's crushing those bug. Oh, was that your aunt? Oh,
yeah.
Well, must be your uncle. And then
he helped best of the best of the best, sir.
He keeps blowing his head off.
Yeah.
No, don't worry about it. It'll grow back. What?
The alien baby on the side of the road.
Yeah.
Oh, in 2? Yeah.
Was that 2? Was that in 2? Yeah.
Yeah, it was 2.
They kind of fused together for me, but what a
all right.
Or no, maybe it was 1. I don't know.
It was 1. It was his first, I think, interaction. Like, as one of his first little things.
Okay, yeah.
You got this. You know how to deal with this, right? Yeah. I can do it. Hey, okay, just breathe. Ah! Just grabs him.
Yeah. Let me. Yeah. This is where I'm going to go. My last one. I'm trying to think of which one of these 3 that I want to go to. This one. Let's do it. There's iconic duos. You know, you crushmored on the Chevy Chase and Dan Aykroyd duo. We've kind of jokingly talked about the Wayne's World, Michael Myers and Dana Carvey, and some of these other like 1-2 punches in some of these movies and everything. But there was like a string of time where it felt like every summer there was a movie with these 2 guys in it, and I feel like it's just like continuing still. And every one of them, it's almost like the same exact movie. Like it feels the same. Yeah. It feels like comedy's the same that's happening.
Where you're going with it.
But it's just so funny. And I remember watching this movie in theaters and just laughing my tail off. I'm going to go with Central Intelligence with The Rock and Kevin Hart.
Oh, yeah.
What a funny movie. again, it's like it's
Rocket.
almost like Tommy Boy and Black Sheep, where it's like, which movie did that quote come from? I don't really remember. Like it's those types of movies, but really funny, man. The whole like, are you in or are you out? What?
Yeah.
What? No, you don't have time. Are you in or are you out? Well, I'm out. Ah, too bad. You're already in.
Rocket. Hey!
Yeah.
They do have great chemistry, to be honest.
And they do, and it's hilarious. But the movies kind of fuse together. But it is still really funny. It is still really
Because they do play kind of the same character every time.
It's almost
Yeah.
the same thing every time. It's like every movie that they're in, they're the same thing. But hey, it's fun.
Have you seen that meme of The Rock and he's wearing like jungle outfits like Steve Irwin? There's like 4 different pictures of them, but they're all different movies.
Yeah,
It's not
right.
the same
Jungle
outfit,
Cruise,
you know?
Jumanji.
Yeah.
What is he
Yeah.
in that? Who knows? But still fun regardless. So
Yeah.
All right, last 2 picks.
Okay. So I have 4 left, but I'll let me see.
Pick your best one.
Okay, so number 1, or well, the first of the 2, is more of a recent movie, and that is The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare.
Wow.
This
I
stars
remember-
Alan Richardson, and oh my gosh, why can't I? Henry Cavill.
Oh,
They're like the top 2 build on the movie. This is actually based on a true story of a World War II group of sailors. So it's wild. You got to see the movie, and afterwards stick around after the final scene because it actually gives you the real data and story of the characters of the guys these are they're playing as. This was a real mission. It was not known to the British intelligence. It was only approved by what's his name? Churchill. He was the only one who knew about it. It is a great movie, and I had no idea. Upon watching it, it was actually based on a real thing. But they showed you the actual like 1-for-1. Like, you know how there's movies that like Texas Chainsaw Massacre based on a true story or whatever.
Yeah.
Like no. This was based on a real thing that happened, and if this didn't happen, D-Day couldn't happen. It was nuts.
so what's the name of it? Oh,
The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare.
I think it came out last year or
It was, I think, 2024.
yeah, something like that.
It is so good.
Yeah,
When the movie ended, I was sad it was over.
Oh,
I'm putting it on my list to watch. I haven't seen this one. All right, we'll finish our mountains, and we'll play our last game and get out of here.
Last pick. What you
Last
got?
pick. I'm surprised this did not get mentioned at all, and then it kind of flew under my radar until I was looking through my list and it got closer to the bottom. But we have to go with. I'm surprised it's just getting, but it got to go with Ethan Hunt in
Yes,
Mission Impossible.
I was surprised it hadn't yet said yet either.
You know, and Tom Cruise is always running in it. You know, that's the only thing that. But yeah, it was.
And bonus
it's just
points
awesome.
for not the original one, but I think later the Limp Bizkit song. Now I know what you want to hate
Yeah.
me.
Oh, yeah.
Jeez. Oh, I know.
It's
Yeah.
such a great
Oh,
song.
yeah.
Yeah. I think that was on hot dog flavored water.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that was just every single one of them's been pretty good. I still
There it
haven't
is.
watched the newest one. There it is. Yeah.
Generation. Yeah. Oh, dude. I love that you have that. I am a huge
Yeah.
Limp Bizkit fan.
Kirk's usually wearing a red hat.
Well, no, I'm always wearing this hat. It's
Oh, I thought it was you
I
got
have
it backwards
a-
like that though. Yeah.
backwards, yeah.
Yeah.
I am a huge Limp Bizkit fan.
Yeah.
I'm
Oh, yeah.
glad you mentioned it earlier.
Yep.
There you go.
Yeah.
Hey,
I had 2 CDs in my truck for the longest time, and it was the Godzilla soundtrack and Hot Dog Flavored Water was the only 2 CDs I had in my
Ladies
green
and
car.
gentlemen,
Check the Starfish navigation system.
all right. So, look, let me introduce our last game. There are when people come to our table at the conventions, this is just something that we can spark conversations with. And there are actually Rushmores on here. So sometimes, like, if it lands on like a Rushmore of music, I'll say, "What's your favorite music?" And you'll be like, new metal. And I'm like, all right, can you tell me your 4 favorite new metal of all time?
Which we have to do that episode.
Which we have to do that episode.
You guys have to have me on for that one.
But
we're on. We're booking you for new metal.
We need to do. So music is in September and October. Pick a Thursday in September, October. We'll do new metal. Anyway, so like if you land there, I'll ask you what your top 4 favorite new metal, and then we'll film it for like a really quick short. Well, that's how it always was, and then we added some other games. So if it lands on a Rushmore, we're not going to do that today. But if we land on any of the other games, we'll do that. All right. And so here are the games that you can do. Blind rank. This is I'm going to give you 5 spy movies. You have to put them in order without knowing what comes next. This is quotes. I'm going to give you some quotes. You got to guess the movie. This is trivia, blazing trivia, G-Dub's blazing trivia. Who's your George? It's basically lightning round. What's your favorite in this spy movie area? Bottom 4, which we haven't had that one yet. Would you rather? Would you rather this or would you rather that? Hot take, a hot take of anything spy movie related. And we'll skip all the rest. So those are the games that we could play today. Whatever it lands on, we'll play one of those. Andy always loves the blind rank. Oh, look. I was just about to say the blind rank. We can't play that one, so we'll play the one that he just passed.
Hey.
We can't play that one either. So blind rank, Andy. All right, so I've got 5.
You should do blind rank. You should do blind rank instead of just spy movies. You should do like spies. You know, like agents.
Ooh, there you go.
Like,
okay, we can do that.
Agents, you know,
we could do that.
That would make it really interesting. Like where do you put them in your?
Yeah.
You don't know what happens next. You know what I mean? You're going to give one. You got to give them one of the spots 1 to 5. So you could back yourself into a corner and put Kim Possible at number 1. You know?
Oh my goodness.
Which is not a bad draw. I mean, I'm just saying. You know,
no, Ron Stoppable would be a bad draw.
Yeah, you don't want Ron. You definitely don't want Ron.
All right, here we go. I got it.
Nice. So you're each going to get your own top 5.
You'll each give you your top 5. Well, it might be trouble if you don't know everybody, though. So
you got to throw them in a spot.
Okay,
now,
let's see this.
Tell us what movie it's from. If we don't know, do you have that information readily available?
I'm gonna add that.
Yeah, just that way at least maybe it'll jog memory. I mean, you guys are probably better than I am at just knowing the name. You know.
All right, here we go. All right, who's gonna go first?
We're gonna go Zach first again. He went first for the.
Yeah,
okay, he went first again. All right, Zach. So I'm gonna give you 5 names.
Okay.
You have to rank them 1, 2, 3, or 4, or if they are an honorable mention, a Benjamin. So
number 5.
Rank these 5. Number 1, Harry Tasker from True Lies.
Ooh.
I got to give him a number.
1, 2, 3, 4, or 5.
We'll do 3.
3. Right in the middle. That's a conservative way to start this game. I like it.
Conservative. Number 4. Well, I'm reading backwards. Number 4 on my list is Jack Ryan.
Ooh.
Number 2.
Okay. Save the 1.
Number 2. We're saving the 1.
Yeah, just in case.
All right. Number 3. Ethan Hunt. Oh, by the way, Rocky, it's 2 totally different lists. So whatever's on this list is not on the next list.
Right.
Ethan Hunt.
4.
So you've got
the top and the bottom spot
open, and you've got the 5 open.
Jeez.
I hate being in this. Is the worst.
Number 2 is Jason Bourne.
Oh God, man! Don't. I'll take the risk. I'll put him at 5.
Wow. Okay. All right. He's going to forget.
That's the good pick because number 1 on this list was James Bond.
Yeah, and that's my number 1 favorite. There. Okay. Good. I was like, don't throw something.
That's pretty solid.
Zach, you had a heavy list. James Bond, Jason Bourne, Ethan Hunt, Jack Ryan, and then Ben Tasker. Which rethinking, but you probably put him in that order roughly.
Yeah. roughly.
All right, different list.
Way to go, my friend.
A couple of these movies weren't mentioned, so here we go. Number 5, Eggsy from The Kingsman.
Ooh, Eggsy. I need to put him at 2.
Number 4, but it's Johnny English from Johnny English.
5.
Yeah, that's fine. That's right. That's good.
Number 3, Austin Powers, International Man of Mystery.
4.
My mojo, baby.
Number 2, Napoleon Solo from The Man from U.N.C.L.E.
3's open, yeah.
You have 1 and 3.
We have 1 and 3. 1 and 3.
3.
You're leaving 3, so you're leaving the 1 open.
Number 1 spot.
Number 1 is Evelyn Salt from Salt.
I would say that's, out of the characters here, that's appropriate.
Yeah, you had a much different list than
Oh,
Zach.
way different. Yeah.
Much different list. He had all the heavy hitters.
Yeah.
Yeah, they should have split that up. That's what you get for
well.
asking AI.
Both were. You couldn't have done those much better. I don't think.
Yeah, y'all actually did pretty good with them. Salt's a cool movie, by the way. It wasn't mentioned today, and Uncle was mentioned in the chat early on, and that's a pretty cool movie as well.
Yeah, I saw that in a lot of lists, and I wanted to watch that the other night because I was like, this is on every list, so it's got to be good. And it's got Henry Cavill in it.
I'm surprised none of us brought up Wanted.
Which is a cool movie as well.
Yeah,
I forgot about that.
All right,
Bend the bullet.
Let's somebody brought that movie up a couple of weeks back, huh, Andy? I don't remember for what, but
yes.
Hey,
We definitely
what was it?
We talked about it in not that long ago.
Not that long ago. But anyways, look, thanks for being here, guys. This is our show every Thursday night, 7 Central, 8 Eastern, give or take a few minutes. And next week we jump into video games. All the video game topics haven't been mentioned. I do know that we are doing, at least next week, we are doing video games that change the generation or define a generation. We're doing Switch games this month. We're doing, which Andy, you have no idea about Switch games, basically. We are doing Sega Master System games.
Hey, Pokemon Snap 2 is on Switch, I think.
We're doing Sega Master System games with RNG and Owazrum. That's going to be a good one.
Nice.
We have Retro Beard and his wife Pixel Parts coming on. We have Owazrum and RNG coming on. We have PNX coming back for the second time. It's been a while since they've been here. We have Tabletop Vibes coming. We have the Game Central Station podcast / convention coming on. We have Minz from Nintendo Land coming on. We have Retro Vault coming on. Not all of them have picked topics yet. We have been chatting for the last few days and weeks. Hopefully we'll be dropping that soon. You'll probably see us out at Siege, which is in the middle of July, about a month away. And then back to the Louisiana Retro Con, St. Tammany Collectors Con, those kind of things that you always could see us at. Hey, guys, before you guys say goodbye to the Summit Squad, thanks for being here. Totally appreciate it. Y'all are both invited. We're going to get a new medal going. Zach, you just say the word. You just say the word, Zach, when you want to come back on. Movies, TV, video games. Video games is all booked. I am booking music right now and movies for September, October, November, and December. So if anybody wants to be on the show, let me know. Hey, will you tell everybody where to find you guys first before you head out? Zach, you go first. Tell everybody where to find you, what you're doing, and whatnot. And then, Rocky, you be ready to drop some knowledge on N Squared, and then we'll head out.
All right. I mean, YouTube's most general. I have a Twitch, but I haven't been on there in years. Otherwise, I have just been chilling. Like I mentioned earlier in the podcast, I have so much going on in my personal life that I'll drop a video every once in a while here on YouTube and stuff like that, usually talking about, either gaming and prices itself, collection addiction, or anything that has to do with that kind of stuff. But otherwise, I've been pretty chill. I've been focusing a lot more on just the stuff I have going outside the digital world, coaching my kids, coaching other kids, running camps for for kids to make sure that it stays free, and just helping out people in general. A lot of these guys know that I am a big Christian man, so I've been focusing a lot more on that kind of side of things too. I actually make it a thing that anytime we end a camp, game, or anything, that any kids that are comfortable with it, we all try to get together to pray and kind of pass that on to each other, because let's see, a lot of that stuff, religion and athletics, I think go great hand in hand, and we need to praise God every day for what we have, and just be grateful for it. So that's what a lot of the stuff I've been doing, guys. It's just kind of doing stuff in my personal life, and just trying to be a present father, a good employee, and a great husband. So,
hey, little shameless plug, I guess. One of the reasons I thought about starting the whole devotional thing, which Andy is doing, the Bible is Metal, and I'm doing the video game one, was from guys like this that do like Faith and Fandom. He's been on. And the very first one that I wanted to do, my kids play travel sports, and Sundays it often, has games. And I felt really convicted as a pastor in the ministry that my kids are doing this. I'm not at church, or we miss some time with our local body. Mm-hmm. And so I started to write a mini devotional / church thing that my kids could do with their teammates. That was the first one I did. I have parts of it done. I would like to finish that one as well. It'll be on our website to look at here shortly. I say shortly, within the next year or two, whenever I finally get to it. But we do that every week, Zach, is we do a devotion, whatever I think the team we're playing, what's going on. We'll talk about anxiety, tackling the mountain with David and Goliath or whatever, and kind of going over with kids. So I appreciate that so much, Zach. Thanks for doing that.
I won't lie and say that at first I was a little worried. Obviously, we're in a small town, Iowa, so stuff like that, it's pretty popular around here. I was worried that I was going to get criticized for trying to force religion upon these kids, but all these kids were so open to it. The parents are open to it. In fact, I was almost praised just a little bit for being able to stand up and do it, because, like I said, it's just teaches us all the good stuff. And after a game and stuff like that, it is a good way to wind down, to be grateful for what happened during the game, to be grateful for what we have in life, and just the opportunities that are given to us to grow physically, mentally, and spiritually. And it just, I was just happy about how good it felt, and how the kids enjoyed it. And I actually had a few kids come up to me afterwards and thank me for doing that, because it just made them feel better. So
that's awesome. I'll have to send you a couple of the ones that I've done, and then
that'd be great.
You can use them. Hey, so Rocky, share your neck of the woods, your corner of the internet, and then we'll go home.
Yeah, so I am the host of the N Squared podcast, which you can find live on Twitch every Monday at 6:30 p.m. Arizona time. I say Arizona time because we are the only state in the United States of America that does not abide to daylight savings time. Right now, we are matched up with Pacific Standard Time. But 6:30 p.m. right now means 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But a better way to make sure that you tune in when we go live is to hit that bell for notifications, and make sure to press that follow over on Twitch. Also, I post when I can over on YouTube. YouTube is more of a different beast than Twitch is, so you can find me posting shorts and whatnot on YouTube for the most part right now. But as far as putting a big collective edited video together goes, those are more far and few between now that my son has been born. I went to a screeching halt. But you can also follow me on Instagram at nerdynick_91. There I post a lot of fun did you knows and so on and so forth. I try to be funny as well. I think I'm kind of funny. I don't know. We'll see. Whatever. My daughter doesn't really think so. My wife kind of tolerates it, but you know how it goes. And I also stream Tuesday, Wednesday on Twitch at 6:30 p.m. I keep everything at 6:30 p.m. So just adjust your clocks accordingly. And then on Thursday is my off day. Friday and Saturday are my stream days again, and I take Sunday off because God said so. So I am also Christian as well. I have forgiven tattooed on my forearm, the crown of thorns and the blood, the red blood of Jesus that He spilt for us. I'm unapologetically a man of faith, and
Amen.
And I just want to say that anyone who feels feels it in their heart, but their mind says no, take the step. Take the step. And you know what? I'll say this too for all the skeptics out there. Even if you think there might be a possibility we're wrong, right? And our faith is empty and we're all just nothing when we die. What is so bad about what Jesus has taught throughout our life that wouldn't make you a better person? I think it's a win-win no matter what. So anyways, I just want to say thank you to the guys here for inviting me on and having a good time. And also for living your truth and your faith out loud and finding a way to reach those who haven't been reached yet. It's really ingenuitive, and what you guys do is really awesome. I saw a video on one of your socials where you were praying over a convention, and I thought that was just absolutely amazing. I thought to myself, why didn't I ever think about doing this? You know, I always pray with my co-host and I when we go to a convention, you know, God, get us home safe, get us there safely, get us home safely, and whatnot. But I never think about praying over the convention in general. And I think that's a brilliant idea. You know, recorded or not, like it is something that I think everyone should do. And again, y'all, no matter what, you feel it in your heart, you feel something pulling you towards something, you feel like you're under attack, know that God has plans for you to prosper. God has plans for you to prosper. He loves you. He believes in you when you don't believe in him. And don't be fooled by the looks of even a person like me with tattoos and listening to metal and so on and so forth. We come in all shapes and sizes, and God loves us for who we are, and he meets us where we are. And no matter what, you will be forgiven. If you are genuine in your prayer, you will be forgiven. And there is always time to change.
Amen.
Amen. Man,
So,
I love it that way.
Let me just share as we break the 11th hour. That particular video was very intentional for a couple reasons. We are trying to break through in this type of ministry. There's only a few that we've ever met that kind of do it. And there's always questions like, what actually are you going to do at a convention? And so that more so was something that I can go and point to. And like, this is the kind of thing that we do that I don't normally film. We walk around, we pray over people, we pray with people. And I just wanted that to be almost a small evidential video that kind of shows a part of what our ministry kind of has been behind the scenes. And I appreciate that you saw that and you noticed that. And what is really awesome is like when someone comes up and they say, I didn't think we could be Christian and still like Winter Soldier or Spider-Man or dress like a furry or, you know, play video games like Pokemon. And then seriously, this is why the reason I put this book together. I was like, well, here's 140 people that agree with your fandoms but disagree with your take. They think it doesn't matter how you look and what goes on. And I've loved it. Andy gets to do full-time ministry, which is something that used to be my position before I moved here. And now I teach elementary school, and I do that over the desks every day. And 90% of the kids that come to my school are unreached. They're Muslim kids, they're Buddhist kids, they're Hindu kids, they're first generation Middle Eastern kids, a lot of them. And I pray over all the desks and all the spaces for that day quite a bit. And so that's kind of where that thought came from. I appreciate you being on here and sharing your faith. Both of you guys are always welcome in the chat, always welcome in the community, always welcome on the socials. And by goodness, hopefully one day we'll get to go hang out in Arizona or Iowa or around the areas.
In the winter.
At a convention. So we'll
in the winter. It's triple digits right now.
Yeah.
Zach said he was from Nebraska earlier.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Originally.
A Husker. He's a Husker dude.
Oh yeah.
And real quick too, just real fast. I don't want to be labeled a hypocrite because I do use profanity. It does slip out. It is a habit I'm trying to break. You know, but if you follow me on Twitch, you know how I can be sometimes. And I am not a perfect Christian. You don't have to be perfect to be a Christian. So let's just put that out there.
Yeah. I ask for forgiveness every morning.
Amen.
Yeah, dude. Every morning I got.
Amen.
Our family has gone through it the last few years, but that's what happens when you get close to the feet of Jesus. The dirt starts to pile up a little bit. So
Yeah.
You're there, man. You're where we're at. Hey, thanks for everybody being here. Thanks for everybody in the chat. Andy, thank you for finding a way to get done in the hotel room. Have a great time at camp. I'll be praying for you and the kids. And he's going to middle school camp. And then in like 2 weeks, me and him are going to children's camp. Save me some cinnamon rolls, dude. I can't wait. So let's tell everybody good night.
All right, guys. Thanks for being here. Thanks for the
Rocky. Just follow Zach's lead.
All right.
we didn't say it. Yeah. Totally. So it's fun. Anyway, thank you guys for being here tonight, but it's time to say goodnight like we always do. This is the Rushmore Show, where it's all about your
top four.
And nothing more.
Nothing more.
That's it.